Yo, what's good? This is your man Montel Jordan, and you're listening to Rap Rankings because this is how they rank it. That's right. Timestamps in the description. I don't know what that means, but it means something to y'all, so it means something to me. Hey, thank y'all for letting my music be a part of the soundtrack to your lives and to your successful podcast. All right? God bless.
All right, Dr. Moulz, hand me that scalpel.
Here you go.
Fuck. Dr. Jesse, hand me that Zoa over there.
Here you go.
And there we go. All right. Operation successful. I have confirmed that these are some fucked up bones. There's nothing I can do. Folks, Proteus syndrome. Is that what this is? Proteus?
Proteus, I think.
Proteus. Okay. Proteus syndrome is a congenital. Congenital. Oh, like balls. Okay. Is a congenital abnormality in which the all too unfortunate afflicted exhibits a severe overgrowth of the dermal layers, as well as an indeterminate proliferation of the bone tissue, all of which is in continual flux. Widespread tumors are also a diagnostic feature. Named after the shape-shifting sea god of Greek mythology, the most famous case is that of Joseph John Merrick, otherwise known as the Elephant Man. Well, we're going to be fucking around with his bones here tonight.
I wrote a rap.
You wrote a rap?
Like one bar.
Okay. You kind of need two for it to, I think, qualify as a rap. But, okay, go ahead.
It's a mini rap.
All right.
The gun is fresh. Call it peppermint chrome. You walking around with Proteus syndrome.
Oh, God.
That was my bad Roc Marciano.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a 4.
He would say peppermint chrome and you would love it. The gun is fresh.
It would have been better than that. Don't play rock like that.
We playing them tonight, Papaws.
Oh, all right. Listen, we know. Jesse, you don't like when Moulz Mel talk about Roc Marciano because we appreciate elevated,
because I know what this is.
Rap.
I know what this is because we don't like Quelle Chris enough. He takes it out on Roc Marciano.
Roc Marciano is better than Quelle Chris.
Oh, so we're telling the truth tonight.
At rapping,
I'm glad to hear it. You know, I thought we was gonna get up here and lie. All right,
I'm a Quelle Mark, but I'm not super in love with the album he put out this year.
Okay, well, luckily we ain't reviewing.
And you'll never hear me be like, "Oh, he's one of my favorite rappers" or so on. He makes music that I enjoy thoroughly.
To quote a
but
man,
rapping, he's like an acquired taste.
Tonight, I said to quote a man who we will not be talking about tonight. I make music stat real. You niggas ain't making shit. So, folks, welcome to Rap Rankings, aka RAB, the show where we listen to, rate, rank, and discuss every album in hip-hop history. This is the first listen new album review series, which, is as it sounds. We listen once and we come in here, which is bad, for any self-respecting music analyst, but good if you're trying to, get some of that fucking engagement that helps you make money one day. So we're here because y'all like this kind of shit.
Roc Marciano respects Quelle, by the way.
Oh, they've done songs together.
Right, they've done songs together.
Respect him, right. But that don't mean that I respect him.
Wow.
Oh, brother.
What did Wayne say in the Carter 3 outro? He's like,
I don't respect you. Here's why I don't respect you.
But you a nobody to me. Okay. Look, folks, I'm Mel, the junior captain, energy drink connoisseur. Who am I here with?
You're here with Moulz, the captain.
The fucking captain.
The man from Long Island.
Oh, there you go. All right. Some hometown shit going on tonight. Who's this other guy I've been hearing from? Who's that? Speak up.
Harlem Jesse, the freshman captain.
Oh, it's true. It's true magic. He's back. The man who brought you such hits as, well, they're not out yet, but you'll see very soon.
Yeah. The third member,
hits?
Jesse. They're hits. They're hits.
Don't I have to be on the radio to be a hit?
So we're doing that Missy Elliott tweet now? What the difference between a classic and a hit?
No, I think more than our Patreon subscribers would have to appreciate it for it to be a hit.
Fair enough. I mean, if we're playing the semantics game, they're not hits, but
I have classics. I don't have hits.
Look, if they're saying Billy Woods is classic, then you drop some classic shit. Anyway,
I can't speak about it right now, but I got something coming that's way better than fucking whatever Billy Woods put out this year.
Wow, he said it here first, folks.
You said it, Mel. I'm agreeing with you.
I've heard it. Mel, let me ask you this. How's the mastering process going on that?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. I sent it over to Lander, a.k.a. Lando. Calrissian.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is.
I've heard y'all talk about it, but that's a real mastering company?
Yeah, landr.com. I mean,
and we're spending money on this?
You don't let algorithm master your music, but for what it's worth, they sound all right,
And I hope you're not coming out of pocket for that.
I am, but I don't mind.
Oh, boy.
I invest in the show. That's what I do, I don't mind.
Cost of doing business.
There you go.
If you're listening right now for the first time, you've never heard us before, we actually have a full-length review of Reloaded already back from season 7, if you go back in our archives on the podcast feed. So if you want to hear us really dive deep into a Roc Marciano album, that's there. This being more of the impulsive sort of knee-jerk reaction of the first, 1 or 2 listens at most. And typically we'll wait a year before we do an album on the show, let it breathe a little bit, let time pass and see how we're still feeling about it. But for this series, which, people seem to want from us, they
want them hot takes.
We give our immediate takes and impressions and whatnot on the songs. We still give ratings, but the ratings don't end up on the board.
That's right. Oh, what is the
board,
by the way?
You got to explain the rating system, and then just by way of doing that, I think they'll understand.
They will. Soon you'll understand. Here we go. God, I love this system. The rating system is simple. Each song is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. These numbers do not reflect the quality of a song, as that is indeterminable. Instead, each number reflects a level of enjoyment. In short, here's what each number means. 10 means, this is a perfect song to me, one of my favorite songs of all time. 9 means, I love it. 8 means, I like it a lot. 7 means, I like it. 6 means, it's alright. I don't dislike it, but I can't say that I like it. 5 means, I feel practically nothing about this. 4 means, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard, but I dislike it. 3 means, I dislike it. 2 means, I hate it. And 1 means, I absolutely can't stand it. One of the worst things I've ever heard. Side note, when you hear Moulz or I or Jesse add a plus or a minus to those numbers, understand that those pluses and minuses have no mathematical or statistical value. They are merely indicators that mean one of 2 things. First thing it means is like a stronger light version of that number. So 7 plus, strong 7, 9 minus, light 9. Second thing it indicates that the rating could go up or down in the future. The ratings on this show aren't static. We have a whole segment dedicated to changing ratings called I Was Fucking Tripping. You'll hear it from time to time when we were fucking tripping. But,
won't be needed today, though, because it doesn't matter if we're fucking tripping.
Because this is the first listen. I love it. Muhammad Ali came up with that way back in season 0, I think. But, folks, usually we rate these albums using that system, and then they go on the board at the end of the review.
Board of every hip-hop album in history.
There you go. But as Moulz was explaining, these first listens, come on, what kind of fucking schmucks would we be if we listened once and threw it on the board, That's not how these first listens
work. Not going on the board.
Not going on the board. We like to give things to qualify for a real rap rankings review, a conventional review, the reviews that were known for. Got to be at least a year old, let that bitch settle, and be talking crazy about something, putting it on the board immediately. So
before
some crazy shit going on that board.
Oh, that board is, you got to go to raprankings.com.
There's some crazy shit going on that board, but I digress.
Check out the mixtape board, but
I will say this,
beyond
Moulz,
that,
not to
classics are low. That's
Jesse's saying this because that Reloaded review, yes, we did but it's a great album, all right?
Is that like in the top 20?
Definitely.
Is Roc
in the top 10.
Marciano? Let me see. Reloaded? Is it in the top 10?
Yeah, it's in our top 10.
Raprankings.com. Yeah, it's number 6.
That man probably lives and dies by Only Built for Cuban Links, which is.
I don't think he's not a mark. He's not a mark. He doesn't live and die by any other man's music.
He's from New York. He lives and dies by that album.
He doesn't care. That's my official take. He might have when he was younger. He doesn't.
I'm
give a
sure
shit
that
anymore.
album influenced him.
Maybe it did, but he doesn't care anymore. Okay.
Yeah,
and his discography is better than Raekwon's discography. Clears Raekwon's discography without question 1,000%. Raekwon has one outstanding album and really a bunch of
nothing in his catalog clears that one album, but we can move on.
Reloaded?
At least not up to our standards. We can move on.
It's listening to Cuban Links, washing off human remains in the sink.
Exactly.
Roc Marciano.
He's not a mark, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. He's not a mark. He's a Mars.
Okay. He's a Mars. There we go.
Marsburg might not have existed without Cuban Links, but we can move on.
Oh, brother. Listen, I'm hitting the... Where is it? Where's the fucking MJF? Okay, before we go any further. Jesse.
You fucking mark!
We know what this is about. This is about Blue in Exile, Below the Heavens, not getting a good enough number from us.
Blue in Exile.
This is about Tyler Wolf.
No, Tyler Wolf is not a universal classic.
It's Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly, only being number 20 on the board.
That's acceptable with how many albums you've done.
You wanted it to be number 1. We know about you.
No, I don't.
See, you want it to be one way. But it's
and you want... No, you don't. You're right. You want Quelle Chris to be number 1, beat Jay-Z.
I don't want no Quelle Chris to be no number 1. He may not have...
No Quelle Chris to be number 1. It's cracking me up for some reason.
He may not have an album in my top 100 albums.
I know he doesn't. But it's okay to like him. He may not. I know he doesn't. I know.
No, he has one all-time classic album for me, but we don't need to talk about him.
Listen, we know about him. Okay? Best of love. Seems like a great guy. But we're here to talk about Roc Marciano.
Drake.
And before we jump into... What's about Drake?
He's mad that nothing was the same as number 4. It's
Nothing was the same. That's what you don't understand. You don't take anything else. After it dropped, nothing was the same. And
I'm not mad. Where's Raekwon? I'm going to tell you what I'm mad about right now. Where's Raekwon? 70.
Where?
70.
Not my fault. Not my fault. No, why are you talking?
That would be my fault. That would be.
I'm going to tell you what's egregious, and then we can just move on.
Raekwon?
No, I'm going to tell you what's egregious, and then we can move on. Clitorius B.I.G. being 31 slots higher than Only Built for Cuban Links. We can move on.
Listen, Big
that's
Clit
egregious.
Is great.
Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with no Polo, Chris.
First of all, you're being a mark. Second of all, no, we're not moving on, okay? This is our show. All right? We move on when we say it's time to move on.
I thought we had time,
okay? So let me tell you what's going on right now, Jack. Okay? This is how the show Rap Rankings works, just to let you know. Even though you're on 1 million episodes and you rated a bunch of them, if not all of them so far, and everything else. Here's how it works. I think Raekwon Only Built for Cuban Links is better than Big Clit's album, and I have it as my 18th highest rated project, mixtape, or album we've ever done. I have my own list on my computer of stuff we do on the show. It's my number 18. It's in my top 20. I don't think it's better than Reloaded, but that's another conversation. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, the way the show works is my rating gets added with Mel's rating and divided by 2. So if Mel doesn't like something, but I do, that means it's not going to be rated that highly.
We're aware. And Blueprint 3 shouldn't be lower than Spice One the Rider, but that's maybe my fault.
You rated Spice One the Rider. We didn't even rate that
that's maybe
album.
my fault.
It's definitely your fault, okay? Listen, folks, we know what we got right now. We got disgruntled Jesse in the building. Mad because Moulz Mel like a rapper that's popular in the underground that people like.
I'm a big Roc Mars fan. Or I was at one point.
Jesse's looking at that board on raprankings.com talking about
Jesus Lord, hip hop is dead.
Marsburg and Reloaded are classics.
They're classics. They're undeniable.
I won't give anything else a classic in this
genre.
catalog. Huh?
Let me give you this, though. Okay? They're good. Why does every album have to be a classic? Does every artist you think is a GOAT drop every... Were the AOI albums classics, or were they just good albums from De La?
Yeah, just good albums.
Right, exactly. But we're not saying, oh, fuck you, De La, you pieces of shit, for not putting out a classic. Like, we like the albums.
Never said fuck Roc Mars.
We know I know AOL. Free trial discs. Okay.
AOI.
Lots of time on that steakandcheese.com looking at Dragon Ball Z hentai. Whoo, brother.
Yeah, we know about you.
Anyway, before we get into this review, let's discuss our background with this artist. Jesse's capping. He claims he's a fan of this guy. We know
I'm a fan of this guy. What's the first time you heard him? And I'll tell you how much of a fan I am.
When's the first time?
If you can recall. The first appearance of his that you heard.
First appearance. See, that's... You can hear someone...
Not like a Roc Mars song. He was on someone else's song the first time I heard him.
On Busta's?
It was a Flip Mode Squad song.
Okay. Yeah, there's Busta records that he was on, but I didn't know who he was at the time. He was in the Pete Rock album. Didn't know who he was at the time. Wu-Tang Indie Culture album, 2005, I think. Didn't know who he was at the time. It wasn't until there was a post on OK Player about the Mossberg album.
The greatest website of all time.
This is a fucking classic. You gotta hear this. And then I heard it, and I was like, this shit's fucking great.
Mm.
You know who started that OK Player, right?
Who started it?
Yeah.
The website?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amir Questlove Thompson.
One of my favorite guys. Again, I'm practicing to be industry man.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about that guy, he's like, he's just a guy, I would like to have a beer with him, if possible. Or maybe even take a blowtorch to some peaches.
I don't understand that reference.
He's doing some tea.
He's in the Gold Peak.
Oh, that.
Burning peaches in like a warehouse or something.
He's my favorite new dude, Questlove.
All right.
I'm practicing in case I get this industry job.
Right.
I gotta like everybody.
Right. Gotta smile, shake hands.
Were you up on the UN, Jesse, when Roc was in the group, the UN?
Yes.
What was your thoughts on that, the UN? Were you a fan?
I enjoyed it. No offense should anybody involved hear this. It didn't age that well for me.
Got it.
Like his
Do you think that's a
manager
result
was
of
a rapper in that group, I think.
Do you think it was a result of Roc developing a very defined style over time that you go back on that and you're like, okay, this is kind of like everybody else?
Right. He didn't develop himself until Marsburg to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you've been listening to him even prior to that album, you're saying?
Right. There was a Tony Touch song. There was a Tony Touch compilation. I think it's called The Peacemaker or something.
Yeah, there's 3 of those. Peacemaker,
right, he was
1 through 3.
Flip Mode Squad was on the first one, and Roc Marciano had the leading verse, and I was like, holy shit, who the hell is this guy? And he would only go on and get better at the time. Like at the time, I think he was just rapping, just like I'm a good rapper. Like he hadn't developed the whole, persona yet.
He was on the Busta, What It Is Right Now.
Was
Busta, What It Is Right. He was on the remix.
Oh.
Because they had a remix with just Flip Mode people on it. P Brothers, The Gas. What?
I put you guys on to that.
Somebody said Peacemaker.
Man,
Sorry. All right, continue.
good show. Anyway, man, I don't even remember now because I literally reacted like I was in the ring cutting a promo, and then John Cena's music hit, and I was like,
That's the effect John Cena has on people. He's a great man. He's a 10 out of 10 man, you know?
You said P Brothers.
Oh, P Brothers. So
That's
you
me and
were
Mel.
up on the P Brothers. They were posting on the great website forum okplayer.com about
Were
that
they?
album as well.
Oh.
Yeah, but I ignored it because I'm like, the P Brothers, the gas? Like, nah, I'm good.
Mel, we the real
I
P
slept.
Brothers.
I slept. You put me on, Jesse. You were like, nah, you got to hear that. There's some early Roc Marciano features on
They
it.
are balls, Batty, and Dick producers, but they are talented.
They're
Meaning-
balls, Bati, and Dick producers in location, but not in style.
Not meaning that they make grime music, but they're from the UK.
Yeah.
And they make like New York sounding shit.
So you're
They
a
had, like, a
day
lot of
one
New York
Roc
rappers on there.
Marciano fan. You're a true day one fan. I've mischaracterized you. You're not the rock hater. You're the OG
I don't hate him
rock
at
fan.
all. I don't hate him at all. I guess we can get into, the mythology or, as the review progresses.
Sure.
One slap cuffs on me, take me to custody, and look at my balls, Batty and Dick.
Yeah.
All right, Mel, you're the last one. Share with the class your familiarity with this artist so they know what kind of hater you are going in.
I love that framing. That is why we do this, like so they can know what kind of hater we are. We share our biases before the review. That's what makes
You
us
are the
great,
New York
you know?
hater.
I'm not the New York hater. That's a narrative that's been sort of propagated on this show.
Listeners,
No.
Mel saw graffiti when he was young and ducked, and he's hated New York rap ever since.
Look, raprankings.com FAQs. Anyway, I'm only familiar with Roc Marciano as a solo artist because of the great Moulz, the captain. He put me on in 2016. He had me listen to that Reloaded, and my mind was blown.
Have
It
you
was
heard
great to me
Marsburg?
then. I haven't heard Mars. Well, no, I think I have. Because
Superior, in my opinion.
Moulz, you sent it to me, I believe.
Yeah, you gotta listen to both because Reloaded is where he refined the style, and you really get a lot of that like Doom-esque wordplay, and the drumless beat sort of sound really defined itself on that album. But Mossberg is a different beast entirely. It's like more raw production-wise. He's still got a little bit of the old rock in him, but the beginnings of what you hear on Reloaded are on that album.
Mhm.
And it's one of the great solo debut albums. Even though I think he had an album maybe 2 years earlier called Strength and Honor that he was billed as Rock, R-O-C-K, Marciano of the UN.
I think they count that as like a street mixtape or something. I don't know. Marsburg is
Okay.
considered like the official debut.
Yeah, those are his best albums, Reloaded, Mossberg. But regardless of the fact that his first two are his best two, in my opinion, it's not like he's just released duds since then. I'm a big fan of a lot of the albums he's put out since, Rosebud's Revenge, down the line, with the exception of the album with DJ Muggs. So I was a little trepidatious, I guess, going into this album because the idea of him locking in with Alchemist for a full album on paper seems good. They have good chemistry together. They've made a bunch of good records that I could, if you took all their previous collaborations, threw them in a playlist, if that's what the album's going to sound like, cool. But then I think about him and Muggs and the fact that, there's moments on that album where, the almost sameness of the production at points for Muggs and Roc would even felt a step off lyrically compared to how he sounds on most of these albums. I'd say I went into this album cautiously optimistic, as people were saying this is something we've been waiting for years. I think we've been waiting for the Roc and Ka album for years, but this is certainly a welcome release.
That's what she said.
Whoa! You want the Rock and Kai? Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place. Yeah.
One second, dude. This is Woke Hogan, brother. And before you guys start this review, dude, I need all my little Wokomaniacs out there to listen. This guy Roc Marciano's bad news, dude. He's a bad hombre.
But I hear he's turning a new leaf, brother.
Every song on every album, dude, once a song on every album has to say homophobic language, dude. For one song on every album, it's like a requirement, dude. Moulz Mel talked about it on the Reloaded review, brother. I'm here to say right now, dude, I heard this new album. I listened to the pre-release of Elephant Man's Bones, dude. And I gotta say, dude, Roc's turning over a new leaf, brother. Roc's a Wokomaniac now, dude. Roc has felt the power of Wokomania.
But here's the thing, brother. Listen, you gotta understand, we can't erase his sins, brother. So I'm gonna need you to hit the drop because we can never forget what used to happen.
Time to play the game!
Okay, all the projects prior to this, lots of Triple H hip-hop homophobia, but not this time, brother. Yeah. Oh, man. It's good. I mean, I definitely noticed. There is no F-word slur.
I'm used to hearing one F-word slur for gay people per project.
It really felt like a quota. Like, he had to get it in there at some point, but not this time. Not this time. So,
That man heard Auntie Diaries and turned over a new leaf. You got to credit Kendrick.
Now he know better. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the gays are telling him,
you my favorite new dude.
So. Yeah, but I mean, look, I only know about the merits of Roc Marciano because Moulz put me on 6 years ago.
That is what Busta said in like the early 2000s. You my favorite new dude.
That's what he said. I mean, he was talking about Papoose, but
Busta literally discovered Roc Marciano.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first. There's a record with Busta, Biggie, Roc Marciano over a Dilla beat. Now, does that sound like some fantasy booking or what? Like, it doesn't sound real, but it's real.
That's that hip-hop fever dream talk. You gotta love it. Okay. Well.
Anyway, enough of the familiarity and general housekeeping out of the way. We can finally get into this thing. I did my best. This is a lot of bars, so I did my best.
First listen, rewinding and all that shit. But yeah, listen, tell them about the famous acronym. In case they didn't hear Montel Jordan up top.
Oh yeah, TITD, timestamps in the description. I mean, at this point, it's too late. So enjoy the review.
All right. Well, want to start?
Yeah, I'm ready. Jesse, you ready?
I'm ready.
All tracks produced by The Alchemist, obviously. So I won't have to do production credits for each track. So track 1, Rubber Hand Grip. 7+.
No, the marks are in the
6+.
Oh, wow.
Flat 6.
Oh, y'all ain't rock. This is... I'm the youngest guy. I got put on last, and Rock, I got you tonight, man. I got you.
So I'll just keep my critiques to the point here. Music sounds like incidental music from a film. Not totally drumless. I hear like programming very deep in the mix. Beat is basically kind of a chopped up like ambiance with this sound of a bicycle bell running through it. There were some quotables in verse 1. This is music for submachine gun owners, speeding in the BMW, looking unassuming. Redacted's comparing MJ to Weird Al Yankovic, or Yankovic, as he says. It's a bitch, ain't it? Verse 2, trying to be Hollywood, forgot they even knocked out Suge. The witch made the magic wand out of Hollywood. Beat's very low-key, and not that I'm really surprised by that on a Roc Marciano album, but I feel like Roc doesn't have nearly as many standout bars as usual. And to be honest, sometimes in these post-Reloaded albums, he doesn't grab me immediately off the intro. It's usually the next song. So I'm not I'm not feeling like this is something totally out of the ordinary, but I'm not blown away yet by the album. I don't think this is a great intro unless you say, oh, we're just warming up.
Wow. This thing had a rubber hand grip and you still fumbled it. I can't believe it. Mel was
We
gripping
know
it
about
firmly.
you and them flashlights, Mel.
Yeah, rubber hand grip. You know how I get down. Look, but no, Moulz is entitled to his opinion. You know, we don't play them bullshit games on this show. All right, we all coexist, talking about rap together as a family. But I like this thing. Okay, 7+, almost like it a lot. I like the beat. Like a minute in, I already wanted to quote a million things, but it's the first listen, and you want the Roc Marciano Shaboing Fest, check out that Reloaded review. It's not going to be the same experience tonight, but there is going to be some Shaboing. I felt myself getting a little erect, not even a minute in. Moulz quoted some of that, like the line, just me and my Uzi, we look like a couple spooning. That was hard.
Please tell me you have literally never gotten an erection to Roc Marciano rapping.
I haven't. Thankfully. There are rappers and rap songs where I have gotten erections, but that's not for tonight.
Let's go into it. Who?
No, it's not for Smut Rankings coming soon.
It's good.
On
This is not smut. This is music. This is entertainment. Was it
like a sexual interlude, or like was it actual rapping that gave you an erection?
There have been interludes.
We go back to the Ready to Die review, Jesse.
That's
Mel was
fine.
saying he was
jerked off to that.
He was getting aroused by. No, that was you.
I said I jerked
that
off
was
to that
exactly. That was Jesse, not me. Okay.
I jerked off to that as a teenager. That's fine. But because they were actually like pretending to have sex. That's fine. But I'm talking about like you've heard a rapper rapping and you got an erection.
Big clip.
Just from her rapping.
Okay. But but her raps are sexual. It's just rapping though.
But
you're not gonna listen to like. You're not going to watch, like, the Black Thought Funk Flex freestyle and get an erection, you're saying?
I hope not.
Oh, no.
So if someone's barring out, that's not enough.
No, I mean, listen, I will tell them,
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga! You know nothing about that!
But I will not be bricked up as I'm saying it,
I don't have the imagination to get an erection off a woman rapping, I don't think. The closest, sorry for tangent style, the closest was the woman on the LL Cool J Jingling Baby hook. She sounded very sexy.
Oh, she was seductive enough for you to,
almost
twitch a little bit.
You familiar, Moulz?
I mean, I know the record,
Jingling
but
baby. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah,
right. That woman.
I don't. Really?
That woman. I was young. She sounded very sexy.
I mean, she has a nice voice.
You're right. No, that was sexy. I don't think I got an erection to doing it. Like that song tortured me. I'm sure I've talked about that.
You have, yeah. You were upset at doing it well because you
not upset, but I was a horny, frustrated teenager.
So are you going on the record right now? No Quelle Chris, no Hellfire Club, no TDE, no Odd Future. You've never gotten an erection listening to any of their music.
I don't listen to no Hellfire other than Open Mike Eagle and a few.
I'm the Hellfire guy. That's me.
And a few Rap Ferrera albums I enjoy. But no, I ain't getting no erection to no bus driver. Or no can do.
You know what happened? He was listening to that bus driver. He looked down. He was stiff and said, "Oh shoot!" And he had to go handle himself.
Who was in that thing? Open Mike Eagle, No Can Do, Bus Driver.
Open Mike Ego, No Can Do, Bus Driver,
and
formerly known as Milo. Now Rap Ferrera. And fun fact, Anderson .Paak was in it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I knew that. All right, we can move on. I ain't never got an erection to none of them.
What else? Looked like he had a line. Looked like he was shot by an octopus. That popped me. Throwing all these subs that make you subhuman. Gotta love it. Yeah, it's Roc Marciano. It's the Roc Marciano experience.
What does shot by an octopus mean?
You got lit up like eight shots in you.
Oh,
think about it. 8 octopus, all them limbs. Yeah. Wow, I get to explain a bar to Jesse.
That's
gotta love it.
That's not amazing, but I hear you.
I didn't say it was amazing.
And it's not even nothing I would have wrote down.
See, that's because you ain't octopus, you ain't guns, you ain't rock. Okay.
Is calamari octopus?
Yes.
Oh, it's not good.
Have you had it before?
Yeah, like I said on Twitter, it's like the most hit or miss shit ever on a menu. Like some places make it good, some places don't.
Isn't that everything?
No, calamari is like the most hit or miss shit ever. There are some things that are
very hard to fuck up.
That's the thing, though. How many times have you heard someone say, "How do you fuck up whatever? Insert food here."
I just see Jesse in a restaurant. How you gonna fuck up some calamari? It's like, I don't know, easy. It's not made.
No, a lot of people fuck it up.
Yeah,
it's true because a lot of dingy places serve it.
Yeah, I've had fried calamari at places that ain't got no
that's
business serving calamari. No, you can eat it raw, can't you? Not raw, but unfried. You can eat. I guess.
Go to a Greek restaurant and get an octopus salad.
No, that's the thing. No.
Listen, you talking about the Greek food? I like them gyros, aka gyros.
Gyros, yeah.
Aka what's the other pronunciation? Gyros, gyros, gyros.
Nah,
they call them around here.
Fucking
Peoria,
yeah,
Illinois.
in Chicago and Peoria. Fuck you guys. It's not even close. There's no U in it. It's not gyros. Gyros.
I don't know. This guy.
Moulz Mel and Jesse at Papa Christos
is calling a GIF a GIF.
Moulz Mel and Jesse at Papa Christos.
Whenever you
Papa
get out
Christos,
here, Mel.
Papa Christos is good for LA, but I've had better Greek food in New York.
I see. I've never been. Looking forward to enjoying some Papa Christos with my pals Moulz and Jesse one day.
Hey, Ja Rule endorsed it, so it has to be good.
That's actually the worst endorsement. I wouldn't trust anything Ja Rule says. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. First listen style, I enjoyed it. 7+.
Jesse, you got anything?
My notes say weird sounds, chimes, good sound design. This beat means nothing to me. Sleepwalking type beat. Trying to be Hollywood. Forgot they even knocked out Suge. That was it.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, we can move on. Jesse and Moulz don't like it. Mel likes it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going.
This better not be a perfect takeaway, Mel. That's all I gotta say.
If it is, you just gonna have to deal with it. Nigga.
No, there's something on this album that was like, just what the fuck is this? But we can move on.
All right. Track 2, Daddy Kane, featuring Action Bronson. Oh, I know about him.
By the way, the file, Blue Chips 2 review not out now. Actually,
Blue no, it's not out now. It's coming out tomorrow. Actually,
yes,
yeah,
patreon.com/rap rankings.
Right.
Blue Chips 2 mixtape review for patrons this Saturday. But
what was on that?
It's Blue Chips 2?
Yeah, let me look up the track list.
Song with Wretch is on there. Song with Mac Miller is on there. Rolling
Fucking
Thunder
Wretch.
with the doo-wop sample. 92313, I think it's called.
None of these songs stick out to me. All right, we can move on.
Mm-hmm. That's why you wasn't on the review. So, yeah.
You know about you. Okay.
I just looked at the track list.
None of them
jump out at me.
Daddy Kane, by the way. The file said Daddy Ken.
Oh, it's not Daddy Ken?
I mean, first of all, who's Daddy Ken? Second of all, he says Daddy Kane in his verse.
Oh, shit. It's first listen style. I ain't catch that. I mean, who's Daddy Kane? He's asking who Daddy
Big
Kane is.
Daddy
you
Kane.
ain't rap.
Okay, well, no. Let's be fair. He did
Kane?
something dyslexic, so my brain does not immediately associate that.
No.
Wait, actually, no. It should. He only omitted the big, so Daddy Kane should have triggered something.
We know about you. We did his album in season 3.
I ain't rap. Mel ain't rap. Who's Daddy Kane?
Jesse, fire up the Twitter account.
I know Danity Kane.
Mel ain't rap.
Daddy Kane. What did Katie Vick give birth to? A hand? Wasn't it a hand? Yeah.
No, that was
Daddy
Mae
Kane.
Young.
Oh, that was Mae Young? Okay. Oh, Katie Vick got assaulted. She didn't have a child, right?
Katie Vick was dead and Triple H had sex with her corpse.
Oh, all right. Kane had nothing to do with that. I was trying to make some joke like Daddy Kane it's I don't know.
Or he pretended having sex with her corpse, but it was a mannequin. I don't know. Listen, it's like anything else, I guess.
It's like anything else, you know, World Wrestling Entertainment, CNN, you can hear shit like that on the news, you know. Daddy Kane. Okay.
I think this is called Daddy Kane.
Okay.
It is called Daddy Kane.
Should I correct that
officially
in the description?
What?
Should I correct that in the description before I throw this up everywhere?
Yeah.
Daddy
definitely.
Kane. Okay. Daddy Kane. All right. Good catch. Daddy Kane. Yeah. Features Action Bronson. 7+.
Moulz Mel Connect 7+. We
Nice.
back.
Flat 8.
I almost went 8 on this. I almost went 8- because I really like the beat. I like the beat more than the raps on this one. I really dig this beat off jump. You've got some thick programmed drums, this kind of filtered organ sound, and then that predominant sound through the beat. What is that, Mel? Is it like a sine bass or something?
So the only notes I wrote about the beat, I said those trademark Alchemist squealing synth noises. And I mean, I actually was going to ask you, if we're talking about the same thing, it reminds me of like the Suspiria soundtrack by Goblin, like those kinds of noises.
You know what it reminded me of? Trouble on My Mind by Tyler featuring Pharrell and someone else. 50 Cent? No, someone.
Pusha T, I think.
Pusha T, yeah. It's like it's like a really weird kind of funky electronic sound, almost reminiscent of like the Herbie Hancock Headhunters album. That boom 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 boom. Some very interesting sounds in this beat. Yeah, it flips back and forth between that and like a more almost like of that sound isolated. This is the Roc that I came here for. This is the Alchemist I came here for. And this is really unlike any other Alchemist beat I can put my finger on. Like, with that weird sound in it, I can't draw a line to another Alchemist beat, which is nice. He's still capable of, you know, like making new strides in his production and in, you know, expanding his skill set. Roc's verse is on some braggadocious kind of player shit. Great verse by Bronson. The verse from Bronson, I feel, is just as good as Roc's, although the final bar doesn't hit as hard as Roc's final bar. I isolated a few lines here from Roc. He said, "Every bitch wearing cheetah ain't a cheater, and you ain't a boss until you take a loss. That's a lost leader. Picked off your leader blood. I heard he lost a leader. We floss and Nina out the Porsche 2-seater." Nice little sequence there. You know, the ins and outs. They want dinner. We get them in and out. In and out's pretty good.
It's good for the price point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth
They
it.
talk about it like it's the peak of cuisine. I'm not going that far, but it's good.
Right. But if you're trying to do it to put this woman down, it's not like Tony Yayo saying she want to have lobster and caviar, but we eat Burger King and fuck in the car. In and out's like, all right, we could do In and Out.
Yeah.
In and Out is amazing if you're not from Cali and you don't have immediate access to it. If you live here, you can get a better burger somewhere else.
For sure.
Quick aside style. My like thought that I most associate with In and Out is when I broke up with my girlfriend in 2012 and took the train back to San Diego. That was the meal I ate. I just remember sitting at the table with the In and Out, and I'm like, damn, I just did that. And then what followed was months of depression. But
The saddest man around.
the saddest man around. You know how it goes. Yeah.
He said, y'all don't know me. Might pull out the coyote in Wyoming, supply the homies with that Roc John Bon Jovi, and when I drop, I bet I only see fire emojis. The Bible won't be the only thing holy. That was a fire ending bar from Roc.
Okay. It was cool. It was a cool bar. I mean, I would say bars in his. I like walk with me like a dog might. I got 44 bulldogs. You ain't got a dog in the fight. I thought that was cool. To be fair, just
go ahead.
what'd you say?
No, I said side note, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
How soon do you think that pretty Hispanic girl is going to be mimicking the words from this?
Who?
The lip syncing girl.
Oh, the girl who drives the car.
Right. Like, she's going to have this whole shit memorized by the weekend.
I'm going to say next week, unless they're paying her to put something up this weekend.
Right.
To expedite it.
Yeah, we know about her. Check clear.
Is this like a Bud Light Becky situation?
Kind of,
you haven't
but like
seen
in
her
an
now?
underground rap sort of, and I don't think she's Spanish. I think she's like Panamanian.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I haven't seen her, Jesse. I don't think. Maybe
pretty
I've like
girl,
scrolled and like saw her but didn't click.
Pretty girl, but she just fucking... Yeah, she just lip syncs shit that I've never even heard of. I'm just like, okay, you're clearly being paid. I don't want to sound sexist, but there's no way you know about all this underground shit more than me. Like guys I've never even heard of. I'm like, okay.
Jesse the type to be on them women streamers and Twitch. You ain't games. You don't play no video.
No, like literally, Mel, when I tell you the most recent instance, it was when I called like, okay, this is bullshit. Like I follow a lot
agree. I agree with you. If you're referring to the one I think you're gonna refer to.
I don't remember this guy's name, but I follow a lot of people from underground rap Twitter, and none of us followed this guy. None of us knew of this artist. No one was following him. But this girl's like lip syncing his shit. And it sounded decent, but I'm just like, okay. He clearly slid you some money.
There's a lot of grifts going on rap Twitter that are like kind of low key grifts, even down to like people just using their profile picture of a woman and it's not a real person.
Ah, we know about that.
We know about all the grifts. We see it all. Just because we don't speak on it doesn't mean we don't know what's going on.
We see.
Yeah, we got a drop coming on my next appearance for everybody that we know about.
Okay, for everybody that we know about.
It's going to be a staple.
Sounds ominous. Oh, okay.
Mel, you were saying?
Shit, I don't know. What was I saying?
You were just naming some bars that you liked from Roc's verse.
Oh, yeah, no, that was the only bar you didn't say that stood out to me.
Bronson, his opening bar, I peeled my face off. It revealed the same face. You know, that's like Sting.
Yeah, I wrote Sting GIF.
Yeah, I got the Sting vibe from that. He said a sliced tuna with the Hanzo, threw olive oil on the shit, told a bitch Mangia, don't got this at the diner. For 40 lifetimes I remember, I've arrived the second day of December, where the wind cries Mary, played by Jimmy on the Fender. Safari snorkel on the white Defender. It's classic Bronson. He says, should I let it slide or choke you to sleep using the geese sleeve until you make feces? Then I dance off the scene like Chris Breezy and ow.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that kind of weird bass sound up front, like that synthy bass sound gets slower and the beat starts to reverse to close out the record, and you hear some sample of someone maniacally laughing. Good record. This is what I'm here for.
All right. Okay. Jesse?
My notes say my type of alchemist, good slick talking, supply the homies with their rock John Bon Jovi, comma, foreshadowing style. Also, Chris Breezy line is foreshadowing style.
It is?
Yeah, you gotta listen to Hotline King Volume 1.
Oh, you're talking about
Did we just announce it?
Got it.
What?
Did we just announce it on the first listen?
No,
you announced it, nigga.
You announced
I didn't say the
Twitter,
name.
like,
I said debut album. I didn't say we're dropping this like with season 10 or nothing. I just said debut. I didn't want to spoil it. I said debut album.
Oh, okay.
People could have thought I was rapping, anything.
You are rapping.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that you put up a screenshot of an email from Roc Nation.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I wish we don't got that kind of time, but I would like to talk about that. But anyway,
hey Jesse, let me ask you something. You had any rice lately?
I don't think so.
Nobody's made you any rice? Okay.
No.
Was it burned? Perhaps you ate any poorly cooked rice lately?
I don't think so.
Okay. We know about you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm being courted though. They are starting a new label. a new extension of Rock Nation called Hovio Sound.
Hovio. Listen, I'm gonna let you know now. If you haven't heard the episode yet,
I haven't.
You sign to them. I love you. I'm rooting for you, but you.
Oh
can't be on
yeah,
the
I
show
can't
no
be
more.
on the show no more. I heard that part.
No.
I'm following this.
No.
I'm following.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
You know
Hovio
what's
Sound.
crazy, by the way? Just an aside. You know that Rap Rado is back?
Oh,
Jesse, you're a big fan of that podcast,
Love
right?
them. Love them. Those are my guys.
Industry Jesse.
So I can't believe they're going to have Roc and Alchemist on the show after all those years of disrespect from Brian B. Miller.
He disrespected them?
Best of love to my close personal friend Elliot Wilson, but geez Louise, this Brian B. Miller guy, what are we doing?
He disrespected Alchemist and Rock?
Not Alchemist. He never said shit about Alchemist. But for years, people, including the great and esteemed Dart Adams, have questioned this man. How are you leaving this man off the top 10 hottest MCs list every year? And he's, well, it's not that popular. It's not that popular.
I don't want to do devil's advocate style, but that's always based off of like popularity and not talent.
It's not always based off of it, but a lot
When
of
they
the
say
entries
hottest,
are.
they don't care about who's the most talented. Like 2012, they would have said, "Oh, Migos are the hottest rappers." They weren't really talking about, "Oh, they could rap," huh?
So that might have been 2013, maybe.
Versace that came out when I moved to LA.
2012.
That was 2012 that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe the remix didn't drop until 2013.
Drake was on Versace in 2012ish.
No, it was definitely 2013 because I remember
No,
it
Drake
the
was
summer.
2013. The Drake was 2013
Yeah.
for sure.
I was in this room. I remember he dropped that, The Motion, and something else, I think.
I think YRN, the mixtape, came out in 20. Anyway, what are we talking about the Migos for on this review?
Hottest MC, Brian B. Miller.
Oh.
Brian B. Okay? Listen,
He
B-Dot,
disrespected Doom a lot, Dilla a lot, Earl Sweatshirt a lot.
we know about him, but then he'll put Freddie Gibbs on the list. Or Benny the Butcho. And we see what's going on with those two clowns.
Freddie Gibbs, right. Butcho. Posting porn on the timeline like they're Mel. Yeah, okay.
What was the point of that? Like your girlfriend has an OnlyFans page?
Moulz warned all of hip hop about those guys. Okay, so
And DaBaby.
and
Nobody
DaBaby.
listens to me until it's too late. Then they come back around telling me, you were right after all. Yeah, okay. Great. You don't get any money for being right, you know?
Like Freddie Gibbs is Grammy nominated, and he just
Shouldn't be.
doesn't take. I get it, but like he doesn't take any of that serious.
I wouldn't either.
I'm saying he doesn't conduct himself like a serious rapper. But whatever.
Because he's not. He's not a serious rapper.
Yeah, we know about him.
We really do. We've never known more about a person.
I hear he's gang affiliated, so I don't know shit about him. I don't know what's going on.
You are pretty
Never
close
heard
to
of
that
him.
Garrow,
Don't even
too.
know who that is. I don't know.
Yeah, you're close to that Garrow, Indiana.
Yeah, I don't want them Playboy bunnies coming after me or whatever it is. Okay. Y'all want to move on?
We have
I don't
to.
know. Does anyone have anything else to say?
Nope.
No, I ain't. That's that.
Okay. We move on.
All right. Shout out to Daddy Ken, and we can move on to
Daddy Ken. Who? I know Daddy Kev.
that's
Great
a
man.
Hellfire Club affiliate.
Great
Jesse,
man.
do you call him Daddy or do you just call him Kev?
I don't take issue with that. I don't call him anything, but I don't take issue with that. It's like some old school, like almost 70s shit.
Yeah, Daddy.
The Locks
From
call
the
each other.
70s?
And shit. Little Daddy. You know.
The Locks call each other daddy.
He's from New York?
It doesn't matter. I'm sure the slang
We
transcended.
know about him, okay? Man's calling.
I know
making other
nothing
men
about
call
him.
Daddy.
I know nothing about him. I know Gaslamp Kilo had some allegations. I don't know nothing about no daddy.
Oh wow,
Kane.
that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
He had some allegations, Mel. They weren't good.
I remember that. Right. Maybe that's why I haven't heard that name in a long time. Look, I can't knock Daddy Kev for his name when I once called a mental institution.
It's not his
and
his
referred
name's
to Charles
Kevin.
Hamilton as my dad. So I can't.
Well, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to
but
speak on Daddy Kev.
Still, don't call him Kevin.
He's making me Daddy Kev. I ain't got no problem with that. All right.
That's your daddy?
No, my dad, you know, my daddy, I love my daddy very much, but I respect a nigga call himself daddy. I'm fine with it. There are worse names out there.
You and Daddy Kev gonna do a remake of Just the Two of Us?
We might. What? Well, what's it to you? Okay.
All right. Well,
You know, I
then,
like his
if that's the
production,
case, then
his
stand on it.
mixing
That's all
and-
I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
standing
You
on
love
it.
Daddy Kev, and you want to call a man Daddy? Let me know.
All right, listen, Mel, I'm coming back to the rap game. Just the two of us. It's dropping on Father's Day. Mel and Daddy Kev. Okay. Look forward to it. But I ain't got no more talking about track 2. So we going to track 3.
Daddy Kev
We
started
got
No
to
End
move.
Theory.
You know what they say about track 3?
I don't know, actually.
You guys cut off my Kendrick joke. I said Daddy Kev started Low End Theory. He is not your father.
Oh, brother.
He's got a hold on. We're gonna put this to bed right now. Okay, no more Daddy Kev talk. Daddy Kev.
Fun fact: DJ Richard Medino. One time I said "What's up" to him at a party, and he said "What's up, Daddy" to me. So it's old school
Well,
stuff.
then you're Daddy Jesse, but Daddy Kev. His real name is Kevin Moo.
LL Cool J has called himself Daddy Cool.
And his name is also Ladies Love Cool James. So
Man.
you know.
It's old school stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't got no problem with Daddy Kev. Okay.
Why can't he just be Kevin Moo?
He wanted to be daddy.
Who? I know Kevin Nash.
You know, I'm pretty popular. You know, I put a lot of asses in seats. You know, I wore FUBU. You know, they said we were the first hip hop wrestlers.
Yeah, he might not be a top 5 Kevin. We got Kevin Nash,
What?
Kevin McAllister,
Oh, I thought
Daddy
you were about
Kev.
to say Nash. I thought you were about to
No.
say Nash was in the top
Daddy
5.
Kev.
Kevin.
Daddy Kev. We got
Okay.
Kevin Nash, Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
Better not put Kevin Abstract in there.
Oh, he's above Daddy Kev.
Oh, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, man.
You don't even know no Daddy Kev.
Yes, I do. All of the interactions I've had with Hellfire Club affiliates.
Okay,
and members, of course
mixed.
I know Daddy Kev is.
He mixed some records that you like. That don't make him better than Kevin Abstract.
Yes, it do.
No. Kevin Abstract has
it
made
fucking
music
do.
that I've enjoyed. Daddy Kev, he just went in the studio and did
Honestly, I'd rather call Daddy Kev Daddy than listen to Kevin Abstract. It's true.
Thank
It's
you.
damn true. It's true
Thank
magic.
you. Okay.
Kevin Abstract is not bad.
Oh, he's the worst.
We know. There's a whole, what you call it. Fuck it, we already talked about the tape. There's a whole interlude on the Hotline King about this. We know.
They stink. Okay, the whole thing. Brockhampton, not good.
They
I gotta
did have
drop
an
for this,
abuser
all
with
right.
them, huh?
Brockhampton, look.
Man, that's some whole shit.
Just one?
But we should just move on. Because
That I know of.
We know about
Bitter Mel. That was so long ago.
that. It's not.
It's a
for
running
me-
joke at this point.
For
No, it
me, it
ain't no
has
joke.
nothing to do. Has nothing to do with. I'm not part of MSCNBC. Okay, I was never a part of that.
The collective,
I'm my own
the
man.
now defunct collective I was a member of, known as Misconduct. It is a running joke, Jesse, because I don't harbor any.
I
ill
hear
wills.
it in your voice. This is like me making running jokes about my former in-laws. When I
You
still
don't
feel
hear
like fuck
nothing
them to
about
some
this.
degree.
For me, my dislike of Kevin Abstract comes from one place. I heard his album American Teenager and thought it was awful. That's it.
What's the classic line from that?
My mom's homophobic. My boyfriend is racist. It's like the first line on the album.
Oh, brother.
Garbage. Listen,
You
we
putting
don't
him
need
above Daddy Kev?
we don't need fake Tyler music. Just like we don't need fake Kid Cudi music.
What is Jesse?
Kevin Abstract did not make fake Tyler music.
What is it? Uneducated Kendrick voice. How many classics Kevin Abstract has? Okay.
He has like 2 classic songs.
Okay.
Songs.
What was that line again? My mom what?
My mom's homophobic. My boyfriend is racist. Something,
Look at
something,
these
something.
racists.
Listen, I know too much. That's all I'll say. I know that shit didn't come and get in front of all of us organically.
It did not. 2015 South by Southwest, they put on an amazing set, and that's all I'll say about that. Shout out my boy Tim LaRue and all them people.
Everybody acted. They called themselves a fucking boy band. Everyone was just fawning or looking at. They were looking at them, talking about.
Look at these homies.
Okay, they ain't even homies. All right, we know about them. They're fucking.
They were
an
homies.
Industry construct.
You know what's crazy about the aspect too of look at these homies when it comes to these guys? I mean, Mel is alluding to it, but everybody referred to them in what they referred to themselves as in their press release, a boy band. It's like the boy band released their, all the journalists would kowtow to their demand of being referred to as a boy band, even though they weren't a fucking boy band, for the record.
It's ridiculous. They pick and choose
went along with it
based on the power that they're receiving on the table.
The only way they're a boy band is the fact that these dudes were not actually cool before they all got thrown together.
What was the origin story? They were homeless in Texas or something. I don't know. It could be true. All I'm saying is y'all only went along with their propaganda because they were paying you, and so it's like, fine, we'll call them boy band. You slice enough money. Now, when Mel said, I want to be known as the Muffin Man because I wanted to eat Miranda Cosgrove out, nobody wanted to acknowledge that. Y'all wouldn't let me be the Muffin Man, but they can be a boy band. It's just bullshit. It's bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
It's fucking bullshit. And
did you present that to that website?
It's hack music. It's hack music. That's what it is.
Did you present the Muffin Man to that website as your gimmick?
What? No. I didn't email Pigeons and Planes that. No, I put it in the group chat and they told me to get the fuck out of there. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever.
We don't want to know. No, have you seen the Muffin Man?
If we ever do, which I'm sure we will, because it's our mission statement on the show. If we do that, American Teen, brace yourself. That was a bad album.
Wait, wasn't that the Khalid album name? American Teen is Khalid. Kevin Abstract is something else.
1987 or something. MTV.
American Boyfriend.
It's American Boyfriend. There you go. That's the one.
American Boyfriend. Stay away from me. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to hear that.
Keep it far, far away from me.
Yeah. They said, Mel, you're a homophobic. We know why you're saying this, okay? We know exactly why you're saying American Boyfriend, stay away from me, and it's because of this.
Because you do not want to be accused of being gay.
And that's false. I do a gay porn audit every year. Ask about me. Listen to this show, okay?
New listeners.
We are in tangent style, for real.
Yeah.
We gotta move on.
New listeners are gonna be like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is happening right now?
It's the Elephant Man's Bones review, all right? So
MTV 1987 had some decent shit on there.
Fuck that motherfucker. That's Kevin Abstract, okay?
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is.
How come when Jesse comes on, we end up burying half the rap game?
Because Jesse attracts that kind of.
I do not. I support Kevin Abstract.
# free thought. Yeah. If you've ever been to Jesse's Twitter account, he speaks his mind. For better or for worse.
About
Kevin
70%
Abstract
now.
is Jesse midlife crisis style, trying to keep up with rap and not realizing it's already passed him by, and that the Kendrick album is going to be his last classic.
I might have been straight Kevin Abstract as a teenager.
Wow. Okay.
I was a very emo teenager.
No, so was I. You're talking to Emo Mel.
All right.
All right. If you want to hear tales from my stint in the mental institution, check out the Future Monster review out now. Anyway, we got to move on. We got to move on.
Although I'll say this, it is interesting to think about how Earl influenced Mike, and Mike was such a big Earl fan.
Other way around.
What do you mean?
Mike was a big Earl fan. Earl's present style is what Mike was doing.
Yeah, that's what I mean to say. Like,
okay.
But Earl initially was making music that Mike was consuming, and it helped inspire him. Now, Earl sounds like Mike. You could say Kevin Abstract was very influenced by Odd Future. Tyler, Earl, and Frank Ocean maybe
Frank Ocean,
equal.
definitely.
But this is the thing. At this point now, is Tyler making Kevin abstract ass music with like Igor? Not Call Me If You Get Lost, but like Igor and Flower Boy. Would you say that's Brockhampton?
Not Flower
adjacent?
Boy, but Igor definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesse, I'm definitely not really bit, like I said, it's a running joke because I finally said, I knew I was going to do it eventually because I give everything a chance. I sat down and listened to a Brockhampton album finally. I think it was 2018. I finally did it. It was Saturation. Let me see. Where's it? Saturation 3. The one that they were calling, I think, like their final album or something. And to be fair, I think I like something on there.
Why does Drake have finger waves right now?
Jesse. Drake, I don't want to talk about him. All right. He's breaking my heart. Oh, listen, we really don't need to talk about him because I could go really tangent style. It'd be another Mel's Dream segment. I had a dream about Drake today. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
I put it in the chat.
It was something crazy. I can't find this Brockhampton rating. Just folks, I liked a couple songs on there, I think. I don't remember. But anyway.
I am so sick of this guy.
Let me see. He's gonna make me click this.
This man really has literally finger waves.
Oh, brother. Oh,
like,
man.
what the hell is happening?
Oh, he's got the vampire and no, this is fire. No,
this is not fire.
Yeah, the boy is back. Woy, are you stupid? Are you dumb? Okay, I was off the boat with the face tap, but yo, right now, mans are going stupid. You know,
what's he doing in the pictures?
Crazy. Well,
gambling.
We know he's a degenerate gambler now. We don't need to talk about that. This look okay. No, this is crazy. This hair is great. Now all I need is Fat Drake, and we're back. We are fucking back, baby. Give me Fat Drake, okay? And all sins are forgiven. Staying alive is forgiven. The face tat's forgiven. The gambling candle salesman era is forgiven. Just get chunky, Drake. That's all you need to do, boy. And we're back. Okay?
It's going to happen naturally because the metabolism is going to start to slow down, but he's going to stay with his ass on that chair at the fucking craps table and the blackjack table, and he's not going to be getting up from the slot machine. And this is how it happens. This is where Fat Elvis Drake is something that I think we're 5 years from. 5 years from.
God, we need it.
It's not going to happen instantly. It's going to be a slow crawl to it before he realizes all that drinking, all that sitting on his ass in a chair playing gambling games is going to catch up to him.
Listen, okay? Drake, get fat, and then return to Hollywood in the Santa Claus reboot. And your first line should be that
look,
going on.
Hollywood's on a bean right now, okay? There's nothing that... It's not going to work out, okay?
Perfect time for him to come back because it's a very unserious industry right now, you know? So he's sneak his way in. All right, we know about Tim Allo. He's like canceled now, right? So Drake could be the new Santa Claus. I don't know. They don't like him. He did something, but...
He's a Republican. He didn't do anything, though.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay, Drake, get fat, be Santa Claus so I can get this.
I've always loved Christmas as a holiday.
Okay, make it like a Oscar bait dramatic version of Santa Claus. Okay. With songs in it. Sing songs about like Mrs. Claus and how she did you dirty.
This is anti-Semitic.
What? He said it. He always loves Christmas. It's a holiday.
Speaking of, Tyler made a very good Christmas album.
You're continuing to push. We've never not cared maybe harder in our lives, by the way, on that front.
No, he made a great Christmas album.
You don't have to care.
You ain't gotta care. I'm letting you know what's going on.
Jesse, do you really think I give a fuck about anyone's Christmas album?
By the way, I'm Jewish.
Tyler made a well-produced Christmas album.
No, do you care about Christmas albums?
Not particularly.
We've never not cared harder.
We don't have time for tangents. for a whole Christmas album tangent is what I'm saying. I could go down the Christmas album rabbit hole.
I have no use for it. Zero utility for Christmas music. I want music that's going to evoke the buttery week. That's Christmas music to me.
Somebody who's a rap super fan is gonna recommend this review to someone, and they're gonna be like, yo, these niggas are talking about Christmas and all sorts of shit, and that fan is gonna have to tell that homie.
I had to tell that nigga, man, fucking timestamps in the description, homie.
Okay. You know what to do.
Who's that? The Surrealist or Stilo?
The Surrealist.
That's the Surrealist.
He's a great man. Shout you
Your
out.
second favorite Rab Universe member, right? Under
After
yourself.
me. Yeah.
All right. Are we finally moving on to track 3?
If I don't say I'm the best, tell me who the hell will, Mel. From a guy you don't like.
A guy I don't like?
Yeah, Fife Dog.
I like. Stop it. Okay, stop it. We're moving on. Finally, Jesus Christ.
Fife Dog, man, fucking great Long Island rapper though, for real.
All right.
Yep. Harlem Jesse and Long Island Moulz in the building tonight.
All right. Well, here we go. Track 3, Deja Vu. 6+.
Flat 6. This was the lead single, by the way.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. It was.
Okay.
Flat 7.
Wow. Interesting. Jesse, I say interesting because when this dropped, you were in the DMs. You were upset. Like, I hope this album has drums. I'm like, it's Roc Marciano.
I heard 30 seconds of it, and I was like, fuck it. My whole thing was like, I'm going to wait till... Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
When it came out, I was like, I'm going to wait till the album to hear, the whole thing. Like, I didn't hear the thing until I listened to the album. I heard 30 seconds, and I was like, I'll just wait, to hear it within the context of the whole album.
So when this dropped, it got a pretty mixed reception. People were like, is this the single? Really? I don't feel like all no drums beats are created equally, obviously. Like, I don't have a hard and fast rule that I don't enjoy drumless hip-hop, especially because Roc and Ka are two of my favorite rappers of the previous decade. So it's not the drumless aspect that I'm not crazy about here. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a snooze, this beat for me. Like, there's swirling pianos, some other elements. You've got like vocals, sound effects, movie dialogue, etc. Peppered in. But unlike, say, Alchemist beat for Flash Gordon on Reloaded, which you could check out our review of, the piano on here is kind of just doing whatever. It's kind of noodly. It doesn't sound musical to me. It's more discordant, but not in a discordant way that's trying to convey a certain energy. It's just kind of all over the place. Now, it's a shame because, like, Roc's opening bars, safe to assume that I had a breakthrough. I made reservations for 2. My feed your label to my dog like table food. These redacteds are the same. They all interchangeable. I like that opener. He goes on a crazy sequence where he's like, I made God of my likeness, pardon my niceness, for me to line you.
I think he said they made God in my likeness.
Oh, okay. They made God of my likeness, pardon my niceness, for me to line you, don't need a barber's license. Might click off your light switch, but my heart is righteous. As an artist, I'm often slighted. Y'all must be on that Barbra Streisand. And the ad-lib is
Jesse.
Coked up. I like the coke prices. Sacrifice the goat is lifeless. Said the homie gaslighting. That's what she told a psychic. I was just gassing that old white bitch. Like, he just goes on such a crazy sequence around that point. So we get money sequences from Roc on here, but I'm just not moved by the music. The drumless part is not the issue. It's the noodling and meandering beat-wise. I wish these rhymes were just over a beat I could really sink my teeth into. And, like, I could get a head nod going to a drumless beat. This one I couldn't. It's like I almost couldn't find the pocket of the beat.
It is a drumless beat. There's lots of sound bites. I can't get a nod going. I can't get a groove going. I mean, I'm surprised to hear this was the single because it's like there are songs on here that I think would be more fitting as a single. This isn't even like representative of the whole album. Like when I think a single, that's what a single should be. This almost feels like an outlier on the album. So I mean, but hey, it's too late now. That's what they wanted to do. Yeah, it just, if it was less noodly, less all over the place, it could have got over. Because I'll be frank. Any mistakes that happen on this album or non-takeaways, I'm blaming The Alchemist. Roc Marciano, to my memory, has never spat a bad verse. He's like Jadakiss to me.
That's not true.
Oh, I mean, I haven't heard his whole catalog.
I mean, I'll say not a bad verse, but he sets a pretty high bar, and I know when he's mailing it in. He does on this album at points.
Like, well, that's what I mean. I don't mean, because the difference between like actively bad, like mailing it in is different, but he's never like dropped below a certain standard to where I'm like,
Agreed.
Oh, that's a bad verse.
But I'll say this: there's a song coming up later on where there's so many lines I was able to cherry pick that were low hanging fruit sort of lines. And I'm just like, come on, man, you've set such a high bar for yourself. You can't do stuff like this.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
So you were calling Jesse the rock. He's the rock hater.
Oh yeah, that's been the narrative so far tonight.
I'm not the rock hater.
I don't know. You really did take offense to our review.
I didn't take offense. I thought you guys were overdoing it.
I think it was fine.
He's a 9 overall. You guys were treating him like he was an 11.
That 9. What does 9 mean, Jesse?
Love him.
Love.
Okay, and you guys were treating him like he was an 11.
Oh,
no, the only thing that's an 11 is the message. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, we know about
don't get him started about the message.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Jesse is upset that Moulz and Mel think the message is a 10.
I don't think it's a 10.
Oh, you don't?
He thinks it's an 11.
That's
I think
just
it's
me.
An 11.
Oh,
I think it's the greatest hip hop song ever made, and it's been 40 years now, and we haven't been able to top it.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, we're gonna get into that song specifically one day when we do that album. But I don't know. I think it's preposterous that someone could hate. Like all of the supposed bad takes, like Mel only liking half of Illmatic, Mel not feeling Cuban links, but you're mad that I give the message a 10? You know, it's like, what am I, crazy? All right.
I'm going 8 minus at the highest.
8 minus?
At the
highest. So the song with Action Bronson that we just rated, you think currently is better than the message?
Yes.
Jesse, folks.
I thought we didn't give 10s to songs with Triple H.
What? Whoever said that?
I never said that. I said I don't give 10s to songs that are brutally violent.
Yeah, violence is usually what caps things.
Got it.
Wow, we exposed ourselves. No, homophobia is fine. It's just violence. Yeah, no, it's a 10, Jesse. We're gonna.
I don't know if I mean, yeah, I guess I do have songs that are 10s or 11s with homophobia in them. But violence capped it in the 9, probably.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? There's a bit of there's an orgasmic syllabic segment to me. That's disappointed. The snitch pointed. Feds kicked the door of my joint, but the brick was in the toilet, and then you hear the flush noise. I love that. That was good. But yeah, I can't get jiggy with the music. You know, that's why it's capping out at a 6+ for me. That's all I got. So.
Why a 7, Jesse? I'm surprised by this.
Brief notes. I said I'm way too player to not womanize. Roc Mars is what makes the song. Alchemist was on weirdo shit here, so I guess the rapping was good enough to get the song to.
The rapping was definitely really good, but I was really not feeling the music on this one.
Flat 7.
Yeah. All right.
Flat 6 for me. Flat 6? 6+? Flat 6.
All right, well, we moving on?
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to take a track 4, Quantum Leap. Going flat 7 on this.
Flat 8 for me. Ding Me Baby. My first 8 of the project.
8+.
Now
Classic
we're talking.
Jesse. Where
what's classic about him?
You like the thing the least, and then you end up with the highest ratings in his first listens.
What do you mean? I like the thing the least. I don't want to spoil
It's a trope.
I don't want to spoil my overall everything, but
yeah, no, we come into these first like you'll give us grief about like, you know, Roc Marciano, or like when we did the Jack Harlow first listen, and then you gave like a song a 9 on there, higher than either of our ratings. It's just,
I never gave you hell about Jack Harlow. I didn't know that guy until that
did the
album.
lady at KFC.
Yeah, until that album, I didn't know anything about him, so I was going in as a brand new listener.
All right,
that first one was better than the new one.
Agreed.
All right. Yeah.
I don't think Moulz does. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's that?
No, I was going to say I don't think Moulz does. Mel, do you get the same iron that burn penny?
Oh, of course. That's a good.
That's a black. Yeah, that's a black staple.
Yeah.
This beat to me is like some late night film noir detective kind of music. Rock is in rare form here. Your favorite rapper send fan mail to me. Your little LP ain't worth 12 pennies. 17 shells in the semi. That's the same iron that burnt penny. Jesse just mentioned that line. This is the flow that earned me a Bentley. It came with my own personal Farnsworth Bentley. He said, you've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. Try me. I will be delighted to pop your bubble. He does the mouth pop sound.
Yeah.
Might even give your wifey a couple in the thigh muscle. I chuckle. These are classic Rock non sequiturs. I seen a lot as a child. I was traumatized. Now it's monetized. They swear I had Masonic ties. Now my eyes only recognize dollar signs. He said sickening. I whipped the brick. Now it's submissive. And this is really at its core what draws me to Rock. It's what drew me to Wayne. It's what drew me to Clips back in the day. It's subject matter that's very tired in rap, but they find new ways to say the same old shit every time. And that's very inspiring as a writer, you know, because it's like, oh, wow, they're talking basically the same shit every single time, but they're finding new ways to say it while other people are going on track saying the same shit every time and in the same way.
Roc Marciano is one of those rappers where I have to prepare myself to listen to him, because I know over the course of the album at some point I'm going to be inspired to write something. You know, like he has that quality where it's like, damn, I actually wish I wrote that, or damn, this nigga snapping. Like, you know, he gets the juices going, you know? So yeah, you got to find new ways to talk about stuff. And it's guys like this that just, you know, you were telling me on the phone before we did this review, like you said like you're running out of things. You say you run out of good things to say about him, not like as an insult, but it's like, this is what he does. You know,
I just listened to the album and, you know, no spoiler, but I put my score in the chat and was like, I don't know what else to say at this point. Good album, you know, like,
yeah,
he's just, you know, to me, we talked about this earlier. His best albums are his first two, but with the exception of one album that I'm not crazy about, everything after that is still very good. So, you know, I'm running out of things to say in terms of he gives us this music. It's, you know, in a certain wheelhouse musically. You expect him to get on beats that sound like these beats. But what he's going to say is always, to me, the draw.
Got it.
My critique, similar to what you were just saying, is similar to a critique I just made about Black Thought with the new Danger Mouse album. Like, he's been doing this at such a level for so long, it's like I'm kind of just accustomed to it at this point.
Right. You almost take it for granted. I had a different issue with that Danger Mouse album, and that was Danger Mouse. I didn't like his production on there. He flipped almost every sample I'd heard already flipped multiple times prior to it being on that album. So I'm like, okay, I know all these samples. It just felt like between that and pretty much all the guest spots other than Doom, I was not really feeling the music of that album, and it hurt the album to me. I only liked half the songs.
Yeah, I not to bring this guy up again, but I thought about it when I was listening. I want to play a bit of this Quantum Leap beat just so they can hear and understand Mel's not crazy and just trying to shoehorn in the white boy of the hour. But here's Quantum Leap.
Yo, your favorite rappers send fan mail to me. Your little LP and worth 12 pennies, 17 shells in the semi.
That beat actually reminds me of a song Drip Drop by Jack Harlow. Here it is.
Yeah. Hey, if you want it, you can have it, that my old style. Moving through the night just like an old car. Yo, low profile.
That noir
you
sort of
shoehorn that
sound.
in there.
That's the most.
It's similar.
No, it's not. And there's a million underground rap records that you could have brought in that sound almost identical to this beat.
Well, I'm Whippersnapper Mel. That was my point of reference. So, see, you can't attack me because I know that Harlow.
The drum programming sounds nothing like this beat.
No, I'm talking about the melody, that hard-boiled detective.
I'm not getting hard-boiled detective from Jack Harlow.
Do you guys know the sample on the song?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We're not sample snitching, though, because it's an independent album.
Right. Well, can Mel play it? Because I sent him it.
Can't play it because we don't want to get Roc Marciano or The Alchemist in trouble.
Okay, I'll say this. They kind of snitched on themselves. It's paying homage to a Rakim song. And they played like Rakim saying, this is how I found... That was Rakim at the end of the last song saying, like, this is how I found the sample that went into the song.
Oh, that soundbite?
Right, that was Rakim saying... So it's the same sample as a Rakim song. And I said... well, my notes say same iron that burned penny. Then I said, I'm surprised Alchemist used such a recognizable sample. I'm not used to him sampling shit that I can instantly call.
Yeah, I mean, only other note
old people like me would definitely know what the sample was, huh?
But we got to talk around it style, you know?
Got it.
Look, I'm always gonna feel for these albums where, because, you know, I'm from around the way, you know, like you.
Can we play the Rakim song?
Make it so hard.
Sorry,
huh?
No, I mean, got it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, these streaming services, they make it so hard to just upload.
Sorry, Mo. This is a first listen. We're really not playing anything.
You know, I only play because I figured, you know, I was making a comparison, and you know, it's the actual topic, and it's like, yeah, you know, give him some fucking royalties from Susan over at YouTube. But
it was a shoehorning if I've ever heard any.
Why would I see now? Why would I shoehorn a 4-year-old Jack Harlow song? What do I get out of that? You know, come on, come on. No, I don't get no check from Generation Now. I'd like to get a check from Generation.
We know
Now,
about you.
But, whatever. You was just trying to get by like Talib Kweli. Black Star review out now, Patreon exclusive. Yeah, it was a bar in here that popped me. But yeah, Flat 7, I like it. Yeah, that's all I got. Anything else?
Nope. I think I put it over because of the homage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we just can't. We can't, you know, snitch style.
Okay. Well, y'all want to move on?
We must.
All right. Track 5, title track, The Elephant Man's Bones. 7-.
Wow. Flat 8. Maybe my favorite song on this album.
Flat 8 as well.
I'm not sure. I have to go and look at my ratings, but this one was definitely a standout for me. We've got this soul sample, female vocals open up the record. Where have they gone? All the sunny days. She's saying into an actually great Alchemist piano beat, unlike that Deja Vu beat. verse 1, he says, "This is food for the spirit. This music is endearing. I'm sharing a human experience. Came up on dudes like a balloon filled with helium. Scooped up a cool 2 million. Did my due diligence. Takes a village to raise a kid, but could still produce an idiot." That line was hard.
Yeah.
No plan is foolproof. It's just an experiment. Always got to adjust the steering wheel, even when the mission is linear. We're not similar. I'm slicker. I bag a bitch. You look like India Love in a Mazda Millennia. That was a crazy sequence. But verse 2 is what really put this one over the top for me and got it the 8. He says, "The pen got pain in it. I came in the entertainment business with this. Can't trust no bitch. You trying to bang her favorite musician. Like I ain't got feelings. Got wounds not even the doctor could heal it. I'm ashamed, mama. I'm hiding from the mirror. I'm like a vampire redacted, but I ain't got forever." That one hit me. To correct all of my errors. God bless the child, y'all. I finally got it together. Then the sunshine part of the sample, the vocal sample, gets slowed down as the beat comes to a close. I found the beat and the second verse in general pretty moving. And occasionally Roc will have a song like that where between the beat and some of the lines he says, I'm actually moved by some of his words as opposed to just entertained. So, yeah, flat 8 for me. Mel?
Yeah, I said another sort of drumless loop or chop or not sure, but it's soothing to me, so it works. Melody ain't bad. You highlighted my favorite sequence, that the doctor wounds all the way up to the vampire thing. Always swore I was being tested. That popped me. Yeah, but 7- because look, I don't hate drumless beats, but it's like it's kind of a situation where on an album like this, usually an album is completely sort of drumless, or it has drums in it, and when you kind of sprinkle it like this, I get pulled in and out of different modes, so like...
I don't get it, though. It was the same on Reloaded. There were like a third drumless beats, 2/3 non-drumless, or 2/3 drumless.
Well, that's a better album, though.
A better album, sure, but...
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the characterization of Roc Marciano as a completely drumless rapper is incorrect.
Oh, I wasn't characterizing him as that. I'm just talking about the production of this album in particular. Like some of the drumless stuff I've liked, but like I'm saying like so say after a drumless song, we'll have a song with a beat in it, like with drums.
So is
like,
it a
now
sequencing thing, do you think? Like it's herky-jerky in the sequencing?
Yeah, I mean, maybe had he grouped the songs with drums in it together and then the drumless songs together, I could ease into each mode more easily. But it's like I'm coming off something like Quantum Leap that has drums in it, I'm nodding, and now we're here. It's like, I mean, look, I like the song, the 7-, but it's like, yeah, I kind of have to like.
You feel like
find my way.
The drumless ones are the ones that kind of have that ceiling for you if they're not sequenced correctly. You're saying,
right, because you're jerking me out of this one mood into this, But like I said, it's soothing, this one, so that helps. As opposed to something like Deja Vu, where it's just kind of like, fuck is going on?
Right. Well, there's almost like what is there to hold on to, and it feels so start and stop. Whereas this flows a little bit more.
Yeah, So yeah, 7-.
Jesse.
Notes say I don't know why Alchemist made such a pretty beat, but this works. This was an 8+. Whatever that sunshine shit was at the end annoyed me.
Oh, the sound bite about like the sun. I don't know.
It's like he slowed, like Moulz said, like he slowed it down or something.
Yeah, it's the sample from the beginning about
I was like,
where have they gone? All the sunny days, and then it's like sunshine.
Yeah,
getting really slow. There's a lot of that on this album. That's kind of how Alchemist chose to end some of these tracks, was to take elements from these beats, put like a stutter on them, or slow them down, pitch them down to get ready for usually a tempo change from like something that has drums to something that doesn't. But I think it's used too often, if I'm being, nitpicky here.
All right. Well, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Track 6, Bubble Bath. No, Take a Shower, flat 6.
Wow, 7+. Take Me Baby.
Flat 7.
Wow, so I'm the only one taking a bubble bath. Well, Jesse's he's taking it. He's not as enthusiastic about it though.
I only have one note. the little music box twinkle. It's too loud. It's too loud. Okay. It's taking me out of it.
Yeah, I wrote something about that. I said, you got that sample. We're going to go way back into time. We've heard it on Alchemist songs, heard it on other songs. Pretty famous sample. It's hard, almost military-esque drum break. And then I don't know what it is. It's a xylophone. It's like those lullaby music box sounds that you were saying. But over a really hard driving beat. But Roc is in vintage Roc Marciano form on this one. There's almost too many quotables to keep up with, but I highlighted Inside My Mind is a Diamond Mine. This is a homicide. Took it to trial, beat it like Amistad. Asked my top 5, and I replied me 5 times like Dylon. I'm going on a diatribe. He interacts with the sample, pull up, push his shit, and then we get the way back. Then get a vocal sample at the end. Kind of leads us into the next song. That's about it. It's just a lot of good bars on here for me. Good sequences.
And you ain't black.
And that because you quoted that Amistad bar. All right, that ain't for you to comment on.
He can like a line, Mel.
I didn't say he couldn't like it. I said he couldn't quote it. There's a difference.
I can't no quote it. Why? There's no slur in there.
Nah, but that's that that slave.
Who made Amistad, Mel? Who directed the film? Who directed the film?
By the way, I'm Jewish.
Amistad movie. Steven Spielberg.
By the way, I'm Jewish.
Correct.
Oh man.
I guess he had no right to direct it either.
I want to go there too, but he's a classic director, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Play the drop for Steven Spielberg.
Play the drop for Steven Spielberg.
By the way, I'm Jewish.
Oh God. All right, fine. But listen, next time,
By the way, I'm Jewish.
Let's get a black man making the Amistad remake. Same sort of feeling I get about like Tarantino doing Django. Okay, it's like good movie, but it's just...
Well, one's real and one's fake, so.
Good point.
I mean, Amistad is historically, or it's supposed to be like based on a true story, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a Spanish slave ship.
Yeah, Django's fucking made up. That's all Tarantino does. He did the Holocaust on Inglourious Bastards, and he killed Hitler at the end. Spoiler alert. Then he did Django, and he killed the slave master. Spoiler alert. And then he did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he killed the hippies. Spoiler alert. He rewrites history. That's what he does.
All right. Well, shout out to all of them.
The real, you could say the real thing is Tarantino writing the N-word as dialogue in his films and then saying it in his films.
We
know about him.
In that Pulp Fiction show. Okay, you really want to talk about Tarantino. I think Django is not where you want to go.
I'm hitting this shit for Tarantino.
To all my niggas that been living it up, what you do.
Yeah. He's a fucking watch, that Tarantino. But classic films. So
classic films. We can't take that away from him.
That man has an N-word fetish and a foot fetish.
That man has an N-word fetish. You think he touched them kids?
Jesus Christ.
You know he watches that N-word porn, Mel.
Oh, he's on that black.
Where white women say that word, you know he loves it.
rather not think about Quentin Tarantino's smut consumption because I'm not a foot guy. I hate feet, so I would hate his search history. But anyway, yeah, Jesse.
He searches N-word feet.
Nigger feet.
Mel, look up the director of Life with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, don't. I think we talked about this before. I don't want to be reminded because that's a classic black movie. I don't want to be reminded.
Who directed it?
Somebody unblack.
It's okay for directors to be white.
This man said somebody unblack.
Ted Demme.
Oh, Ted Demme.
His name is Edward Kern, Demme. Dem.
That man has
I don't know.
Serious hip hop history.
Who?
Ted Demme, Yo MTV Raps. I think he created that.
Okay. Oh, I see here. Yeah. His career had modest beginnings. Starting as a production assistant at MTV, he later became a producer in the on-air promotions department and created the cable network's hip-hop show, Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah, that man is like a legend. Oh, he died?
Yeah.
At 39? Heart attack.
38 in
Wow.
Santa Monica.
Heart attack style. Probably them drugs. 38 heart attack?
Heart attack style. Probably them drugs, he said.
Santa Monica, 38. Okay. Yeah.
Santa Monica gets heart attack.
I'm just saying, Los Angeles and 38 years old heart attack. Yeah. We know about
Best of love to shout out to his family. They're angry. The Ted Demme's family is not loving this review right now. But listen, we know best of love
I'm
to
not
him.
Judging the drugs. I'm saying that's what took him out.
Shout out to his family.
Nobody's loving when someone dies, okay?
Yeah, I don't
That's
love
just
that he
a bad
died.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we know about it.
Okay. Jesse, bubble bath notes.
Notes say this sounds like Marsburg or Reloaded. I mean, speaking of, did a line off my lady titty like Ricky Bell? I got a kick out of that. That was one of the guys from New Edition / Belle Biv DeVoe. I don't know what that line means, but yeah. Naked with nothing. Either. Yeah, I don't know if that really happened, but naked with nothing but a Richard Mille. That was like some Doom shit. And then your watch ain't worth a box of my cigars. That was a great line. And that was it.
Maybe he could be talking about this football player, Ricky Bell, talking about another person who might have died from drugs. This person died at 29 of heart failure. Oh, wait, no, the disease, dermatomyositis. Okay, it probably wasn't coke. And never mind. Shout out to Ricky Bell. Both of them, the football player and the New Edition member.
Ricky Bell cocaine. I'm looking it up. Oh, New Edition story miniseries revealed that he struggled with substance abuse. Got it. So that may have happened in the movie.
Okay, got it. Right, that was a recent series. Makes sense. All right. Okay. All right. Anything else? You want to move on?
You move on.
All right. Track 7, Liquid Coke. 8+.
8-. Ding me, baby.
Oh, let's see here. 7+.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So it starts, food, shelter, and clothing is the basic necessities in life. Marcy, Marcy. So there's a crowd chanting Marcy, Marcy, Marcy through this opening. He's kind of a mystic, a modern master. These are all disembodied sound clips. His brain is one of the most singular creations of the last century. They keep chanting. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Okay, then you hear this knife slit, and immediately Roc starts rapping right after you hear the knife slit. Leave with the coke. When I slit your throat, your fishing pole broke. I was realer than a rich hoe. Like, oh, okay, here we go. So he is scenery setting. Not what I would say. Like, it's almost, it's like Death Parade or something off of Reloaded to me. Like, it's cinematic, but it's not storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
He says, empty threats from a jealous ex. She need medicine for Tourette's. Her hurtful text couldn't disturb my rest. That's better than anything off that Future mixtape we just did in terms of those, the toxic talk.
Yeah, toxic.
Made some chicken off raps you thought was chicken scratch. Don't make me dig in my bag. Magnum ain't gift wrap. This is me giving back. Why in school you ain't learned social cues? Excuse me if I'm opening wounds. Expensive clothes won't soothe. Every full moon I spot a witch I knew riding a broom, whizzing by in Balenciaga shoes, and you hear this sparkly sound. Just overall, some of the best quotables on the album, and the opening of the record is really dope and cinematic. We've got some kind of singing from Rock at the end. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. And
it's an Aaron Hall interpolation. Pimp C interview sample to close out the record, which bleeds into the beginning of the next track.
Jesse made a point on Twitter earlier. I like the comparison because I've always thought of Rock as far as like the MF Doom comparisons go, just due to his output and his wordplay, but it's more like the gangsta Doom. You brought to mind this parallel, Jesse, of Max B.
What? Roc Marciano is a fan.
Yeah. But, you know, Rock has sung, especially like Rosebud's Revenge onward, he's sung on little points here and there on the albums, you know, more than I think he ever had prior to that. And I never made that connection that, like, yeah, you could draw a line between that and some Max B influence perhaps, because neither can really sing in a traditional sense, but it's like that waviness. They wave it out, you know?
Right.
So I like the comparison. Definitely kind of like a Doom meets Max B vibe. But 8+, Mel. Is this your highest rated Roc Marciano record so far in history?
I don't think in history, but it's pretty high for a first listen. I'm usually it's hard to get me this excitable for something I'm hearing for the first time.
This is a first listen. We're used to being kind of negative on these things. It's kind of weird.
That's because that new rap sucks. Have to whisper it because, you know, they got the pitchforks.
Not all the new rap, but, you know, the stuff that people care about and are the quote unquote event albums and the tentpole albums oftentimes are very disappointing. I can't recall the last time, if there ever was a time where we've done a first listen where we're, you know, halfway through and we have this many takeaways.
Look, man, I've
and
told you before. I don't remember the last time I had an 8+ on a first listen, but it's the situation where, you know, I want to like these things. I don't ever go into an album wanting to hate it. I just have to remind people, because I think, like you said up top, it's like, what would you say? Let them know how much of a hater we are.
Well, no, what kind of hater we are.
Yeah, what kind of, yeah, like, listen, I don't ever want to hear something bad. That's ridiculous. That's dumb. But yeah, listen, this is an 8+ for me, and it went up as I was listening. It was a 7+. That social cues line is when it went up to an 8- officially, because it's like you've talked to me for years. As many times I've ranted about niggas not having social awareness. I love that. You know, why in school you ain't learned social cues? There's a lot of things we should have learned in school. I said this beat, this shit's crazy. I need this beat now. It reminds me of a Drake beat outro. It sounds like 40 doing a synth solo with like the low pass filter, but like that's the whole beat. Like the beat is crazy to me. If we being frank, I created this lane. If you hating, then eat a Frank. He ain't capping. We've talked about this many times. Roc Marciano is the blueprint for a lot of, you know, these newer acts that are popular.
Especially on the underground. He's basically the godfather of the last decade of the underground.
Yeah, so I appreciate him popping this shit. It's fair. But when he hit that Aaron Hall, don't be afraid interpolation, I don't know how many times we talked about that song on the show, F at all, but that song's a 10.
I knew it.
It's one of the most sus records of all time. It's kind of creepy, but it's a 10. So when he started singing that, I almost lost it. That's what got it to an 8+. I popped.
You be saying daddy to me. We just talked about Daddy Kev.
You'll be saying daddy to me.
We just talked about Daddy Kev.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Be afraid, baby. Shout out to San Andreas. That's what put me on. I'm not afraid to admit it. But yeah, I mean, it's like you were saying not too long ago too. It's like that sort of Max B waviness. When I think about that, I think of but what makes it wavy is that they don't concern themselves with singing well. They just want to make sure they know or we know what they're referencing when they're singing. Like,
well,
it's
that and
holding
that
a note.
They put their heart into it.
Right. Exactly. Holding a note isn't the priority. The priority is just expressing their enjoyment of this song or melody.
Yes,
and I appreciate
conveying
that.
the emotion, basically. So
Right.
I like it.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's not like it's the whole, like, he doesn't do songs where he's just doing that, you know? Like,
oh no,
it's sprinkled in. I think it's, we talk about this on the Stove God Cooks First Listen on Patreon, where when he does it, sometimes it's like, all right, enough, you know? Like, he's leaning almost way too hard into it.
Yeah. You go, what do you say? We go with the pod till we break. The Pyrex song. I mean, I don't mind Stove God singing but I prefer like the Max B, Roc Marciano, MF Doom sort of
Stove God singing sounds like J. Cole on David Letterman when the police brutality stuff was going on.
Hey, what are you saying?
That's how he sounds. I'm in denial. But he's talking about
that emotion. You need that.
Yeah, but this guy's talking about, I whip the pod till it break.
Okay, so he's singing too passionately about something that doesn't require that much passion.
Yeah, dude, you're selling crack. and you're
gimmick.
And you're rapping.
That is what
your rapping is. Whose gimmick?
Westside Gunn.
Oh, he sucks too.
But he sings about crack like a lot.
And you want to talk about irritating? Okay, he's got maybe one of the most irritating voices in rap.
Boom, 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 boom. That whole thing. No, I meant just like in real life, someone's gimmick should be like the passionate drug dealer. Like they care so much about their drugs and customer service and all that.
He's a great rapper, Stove God, but I'm not a fan of his hooks. His hooks are whack to me.
Okay. You want to? What's the song? Drano. That's the song where like the whole thing is singing and it works.
Rainbows on Mad Villainy. It's 2 minutes though. It's like an interlude basically. The whole album is basically a bunch of interludes.
Right. So. Yeah. I like this thing a lot, man. The Pimp C soundbite at the end. Yeah. So. There it is, once and for all. Mel doesn't hate all new rap. Okay, you got an 8+ for me on a first listen. There you go.
Well,
now
this is new rap from like a veteran though. At this point,
yeah, true. And plus, someone we've expressed adoration for on the show in the past. So I guess this isn't as surprising. I know what they're thinking. Yeah, well, give us a fucking Travis Scott 8+, and then we'll talk. It's like, all right. Fuck you.
You did sicko mode, didn't you?
Yeah, I give sicko mode an 8+. Well, no, like first listen style though, like something I heard once. Okay. They want me to be hyperbolic about this shit that I've heard once, and I'm not that type of guy. I'm sorry. Okay, it's not gonna happen that often. But yeah, Utopia coming out soon. I guess I don't know.
I guess first listen coming soon too.
Yeah, probably. Since everyone seems to be okay with the whole tragedy now, But Jesse,
what tragedy?
Thoughts? Yeah, exactly. That's what they're acting. What tragedy? Yeah, right. Jesse, what you got?
Go in the folder, Mel. Okay. Drop number 3. This is what Stilo said to Moulz when they briefly got into it.
Oh, brother. Okay, here we go.
You can never check my temperature on the internet.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, crime caper type beat. I think Mel loved that. Aaron Hall, Don't Be Afraid. That was it.
I did. Well, you do know me.
You
Shout out
mentioned
to
that
Jesse.
song before.
Okay, I have. All right, good to know. That's all you got?
That was all I had.
All right. Well, y'all want to move on?
First listen. Yeah.
All right. Track 8, Trillion Cut, featuring Boldy James. Flat 7.
Moulz Mel Connect, flat 7.
7 minus.
I feel like, okay, we know about Boldy James and me. Called him Boring James in the past. Generally, I'm not a fan of him. Not a fan of his ear for beats. Not a fan of the majority of his work with Alchemist. Not a fan of his rap voice. But he is honestly fine on here. The beat kind of keeps him from meandering too much. On the beat, it's a good Alchemist beat, although I feel like I've heard many from him in the past decade just like this one. There's some piano in here, some swirling sounds, some programming. It's a beat. Rock comes in between the verses with this sung chorus, cut the product with fentanyl, fuck all the ridicule, we don't care. His verse is great, though. Made the song for me. He said, redacted swear they can't be touched till the jammy bust, fuck your little fantasy up. We was wearing champion, but they never championed us. Outcast, I don't even give my family a hug. They say home is where the heart is, but where's your home when you're heartless? I'm just being wholehearted. I need the AR with the shoulder harness on it. Sorry, I'm being cold-hearted. All I know is the Arctic. He said, my pops had tracks in his arms from Heron. This is rap meets Gil Scott Heron. These ain't regular old bars. This is a 5-star restaurant. A whole verse from Rock. Perfect verse alert. I thought his verse saved the record for me because the beat was fine. It wasn't going to make the song for me. Boldy James was fine. He wasn't going to make this record for me. Rock knocked it out the park.
Line you just quoted, Cam is like the father. He'll pop for this. That Outcast, I don't even give my family a hug. That's Aaron Rodgers' favorite bar. But listen, Roc Marciano, he fucking lapped Boldy James. I'm not familiar with Boldy James. He was fine, but take Boldo off and this would have been a 7+ for me. Because he wasn't really saying nothing to me. Chops is hard in the beat. Appreciated the chops. Niggas swear they can't be touched to the jammy bus. Fuck your little fantasy up. That's hard. Okay. Yeah. Jesse?
My notes say Roc Marciano type beat for sure. I don't want anyone rapping or singing about fentanyl. That shit is deadly. But I get if the point was to be heartless.
Got it. Oh, speaking of being heartless, I got a joke for you guys. What does Mel tell his girl during the week when he's ignoring her because he's doing his annual reevaluation of that gay porn?
No clue.
Sorry, I'm being cold-hearted. All I know is the artist.
There.
All I know is the artist.
Say sorry, I'm being cold-hearted. All I know is the erotic barber.
No. All I know is the audit. So, yeah.
Is that what he said?
I think so. Man. This is what it sounded like.
He said, all I know is the Arctic.
The Arctic. Oh, the Arctic. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
All I know is the audit. How does that even make sense?
I don't know. Maybe like the what did
he just say? IRS? He just said, "I'm being cold-hearted. All I know is the Arctic."
Maybe Roc Marciano was doing the audit.
I doubt he was.
Don't joke about that. We know he dropped that F word for gay people on every album prior to this one.
Yeah, I doubt he was doing the audit. But then again, you never know. What's that thing they say? People who are most
right,
are closet.
Well, maybe that's why the slur finally disappeared.
Right.
What was that movie? Kevin Spacey, American Beauty.
Oh, that's the cancel guy, right?
Yeah, wasn't like the dad gay or something, and he was like a homophobe.
Oh, brother.
Not Kevin Spacey, like another actor. You ain't seen American Beauty?
No. Is that
It's been
the
a while
movie?
for me.
It's not. It wasn't like that great.
Sane is Crazy is a big fan of that one.
It wasn't all that great.
American Beauty. What am I thinking of? What's that movie with like the butterfly on the cover?
The butterfly? Magnolia? No, that's a flower. The Mothman Prophecies, probably.
That could be it. The Mothman Prophecies. No, that isn't it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's
That's
something where it's like moth, butterfly. They're all irritating and should be sprayed when they enter your house. So, yeah. Y'all want to move on?
We could have to.
All right. Track 9, The Horns of Abraxas, featuring Ice-T, apparently. Flat 7.
6-, my least favorite song on this album.
6- as well.
This is the record I was referring to earlier. First of all, Ice-T doesn't rap. He opens the track with spoken word, telling us a story about a friend. He says, okay, check this out, man. Let me tell you a story about doing a fucking favor for a friend, right? Get in the car, start driving. He wanted me to dump it somewhere on Long Island, like out in some, marshes or wild field or some bullshit. That wasn't something unexpected, because Redacted been doing dirt for years. He gets in, he gets out, but this time he's in the Fed, so I know it's serious business. And with an intro like that, from Ice-T, who is a good actor, so he's able to sell this, kind of, he's working as like the cleanup man or something. It's a shame I don't like this record. The beat is dramatic. You've got these funeral organs and drums and cymbal rolls that go in and out. I don't really like this beat. I popped, obviously, for the Long Island reference. Whenever Roc gets in that bag, that hometown pride comes out. But even Roc's bars and quotables on this song are not as strong compared to others we've heard on this album, including the stellar verse we just heard on the last song. Lines like, hit 'em up like Blue Cantrell, final level like ice, I'm wearing fear of God, but I don't even fear God. These are some of the weaker Roc Marciano bars I've ever heard. And then later he says, I'm not even trying hard. Imagine if I applied my smarts. So, I don't know. I'm not in love with the beat. I'm not really crazy about Roc's verse on here. This might be the only time on the album where I could definitively say Roc dropped the ball for me. Ice-T comes back at the end. He finds 2 dead bodies in the back of the trunk covered in maggots. I really felt like his contributions to this song deserved a better song than what they ended up on.
Those were definitely weak bars that you highlighted. I won't argue with you there. I thought the same thing when I was listening, but the verse isn't completely tarnished because he also said standing over your dead parents fanning flies, which is hard.
He has lines that are, but again, if he's a guy that has set a particular bar as high as he has, I can't accept lines like hit 'em up like Blue Cantrell.
Fair. I respect it. I mean, this is some Mel logic you're using, because I called out Travis Scott for the same thing. Whatever that song is, like, truth be told, I never try, or whatever he said. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He just flat out admits it. But I hear you. But yeah, I mean, what helps it too, despite those weak bars, is this is a drumless beat, but like it's abstract in a good way to me. Like the whole time I was listening, I'm like, I don't quite know what's happening here, but it's interesting and entertaining to me, this beat. The road to success was hell. Boy, was it. Boy, is it. Because, shit, I'm still on the road. The cardiologist can't hear my heart. That's hard. But, yeah, I do think the whole Ice-T thing at the beginning and end weren't fully capitalized on, but it's a nice bit of flair.
It's like the rhymes don't even have anything to do with it,
True. Yeah.
They're just there. It's just window dressing. I'm not giving him points just for putting window dressing on a song.
Okay. Jesse?
Moulz, have you ever heard the Mobb Deep Free Agents mixtape?
Of course.
Okay, you guys should do that at some point. Much better Ice-T appearance. Mel,
Ice-T,
it's in the folder. Drop number 2.
It's a horror movie. It's supposed to end horrible. Are you referring to that?
Yeah, this is not supposed to be positive.
This is supposed to be something, because
this music is negative.
Yes.
Drop number 2, Mel.
These raps are negative.
All right, I'll hit
It's almost like the Ebert drop.
Oh, the Bleak Wife?
Somewhat.
You can make this a staple part of this, I guess.
This is a real drop.
Well, here we go.
This is not supposed to be positive. This music is negative because the streets are negative, you know? So in the record, you're going to hear violence. You're going to hear aggressive behavior by individuals that live that lifestyle out. You know, that's like telling somebody like Stephen King, well, make a horror movie with a happy ending. They don't have happy endings. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to end horrible. You see? And this is what I do. So people that like me are gonna be really shocked when they hear my new record, because it's gonna scare the shit out of them.
Yeah, no,
the beat
I would obviously
that
chop
drops,
that
by
up.
the way.
Yeah.
That song, what was it called, Jesse?
Solidified.
We were made for this music, done.
Solidified.
What's that? So, oh my God, that's an all-timer. Do you agree? In Mobb Deep's
It's
catalog?
up there, yeah. You guys should
We've been
do that
solidified this.
for a mixtape.
We've been
review.
solidified this. It's not a mixtape, it's an album, but we'll do it.
It was on Koch.
At some point.
Oh. They
Yeah,
call
so
it
that
Free
means
Agent
it's an
mixtape.
album.
Oh, I guess. Whatever. All right.
Deep Free Agents, the murder mixtape.
Well, there were
it's
two
a
of
retail
them.
mixtape.
There were like 2 versions or something. Like I looked it up on social.
Now there's another Mobb Deep mixtape that wasn't retail called I think it was called the Mixtape After 9/11.
Okay. Never heard
They
of it.
freestyle like a Tupac beat on there. There's some other stuff. Like there's a lot of random shit. They have a lot of music. Then there's the infamous Archives, I think it's called. Which has a lot of unreleased records from that time. Anyway, Mobb Deep, y'all.
Were you talking about the mixtape before 9/11?
Is that what it's called? The mixtape before 9/11?
Yeah, that's what popped
Yeah,
up.
that's what it's called. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Jesse, no, that is going to be a drop. I got to chop it up. Obviously, I wouldn't play the whole 34-second drop every time, but yeah.
My notes, though, say, what the fuck is this marching band bullshit? My friend from the rap community has a much better lisp.
Okay, we're moving on. Track 10, JJ Flash, flat 7.
8-. Ding Me Baby. Another highlight for me. I got a wacky scenario for this one.
Jesse?
7-.
All right, wacky scenario time.
Yeah. First of all, we're fucking back. Soulful beat here. We're way back from whatever was going on in the last song. Moulz wacky scenario time. So we did Hustle and Flow in the movie season. We did the film review and the soundtrack review. So the film may still be fresh in your mind. You know, the end, everyone's drunk and kind of sweaty, and Willie Hutch, I Choose You is playing. Isaac Hayes is the bartender. Ludacris is, the rapper who's popping. And then we got Terrence Howard, right? And he's struggling. He's trying to get it. So Moulz and Mel, we're like the Ludacris character, basically. Or maybe I'm the bartender and you're the Ludacris character. Jesse is the Terrence Howard character. And we're drinking Alco, not the producer, and listening to soul music. And Mel has to go to the bathroom. So what happens is, when Jesse goes to the bathroom, he sees the Hotline King in the urinal.
Come on.
I go to the bathroom and I see the Hotline King in the urinal.
Yeah, Mel put it in. You never seen Hustle and Flow?
Debut?
Oh, okay. A long time ago.
Yeah, so he sees it in the toilet or in the urinal, and then he comes back out. Jesse comes back out with the tape, the piss dripping off of it and everything. He's like, "What's this, man?" And Mel's like, drunk off the Alco, so he's like, "Fuck you," and then they start fighting.
I would never
JJ
piss
Flash.
on Jesse's debut. So this beat is the soundtrack to Mel fighting Jesse after pissing on his.
Well, it's more just like what's playing in the background while this is all happening. Lovely beat though, for real. Roc is on his braggadocious player shit once again. I am a sucker for Roc talking his shit over these warm, nostalgic sounding beats. That's all I got. So first listen.
I would say instead of Maine, like Terrence, it would be to Jesse. Okay, he's like, what's this? Okay, I put my heart in this. Okay, and you peed on it. You know. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have many notes. These shops are hard. Spun around, got blood on the mud flaps. Had to give the truck a bubble bath. That line harder than the entire song, Bubble Bath. And I'm mostly here for the beat though. So that's all I got. Jesse?
Okay, my notes say 70s soul. I have a feeling Alchemist thought this was a better beat than it is. I bet a Lucid Stance thinks this is amazing.
Oh my god, what's with the... Why do you just take a shot at a Lucid like that for no good reason?
I said his fans.
I
bet like his fans would want to hear him on it.
Why are we taking shots at Quelle Chris?
Fuck Quelle Chris.
Oh my god.
No. No. Quelle has a better track record than that man at this point.
No way. It's not happening.
At this point, yeah.
All right. JJ Flash. That was over in a flash. Y'all want to move on?
Sure.
Yes.
Track 11, Zig Zag Zig. What Moulz Mel are going to have to do when the Quelle Chris fans start aiming them guns at us. Flat 7.
7-. Do me, baby.
Flat 7.
Lucky. Do we have a name for all sevens? Like
Today's
jackpot
mathematics.
No, I feel like the definition of today's mathematics changes every time.
It's all sevens. That 7 is the god number.
I feel like every time that Jesse says today's mathematics, you respond with, I feel like the definition of that
it's
shifts
all
every
sevens.
time.
I'm telling you.
7 is
nobody knows.
7 is a 5% number. So when they say the god hour,
Well, that
it's
makes
like
sense.
7
We're
o'clock.
doing Zig Zag Zig, man.
Right.
Okay.
Look, at first, I thought we were in for one of those heroin and Vietnam beats.
Oh, yeah. Moulz doesn't like those.
Yeah, the weird psychedelic 70s guitar beats that sound like you're strung out on heroin while you're like being held captive in Vietnam. Not good. But this is actually a cascading piano beat with really clean programming. It's not totally out of the norm for Alchemist, but I'll prefer it over those guitar beats. Roc has a calm but assured delivery on here. He says, Dracula bit me, I didn't bleed, but I need more quotables if he's going to give this calm and restrained a delivery. His verse wasn't bad, I just wasn't popping at the rate I was for some of these other verses on the album with the quotables and whatnot. He's singing at the end about people not getting pussy. It's more like kind of Max B vibes there. Beat slows down again. We know about the beat slowing down. It gets kind of dramatic sounding, teasing potential heroin and Vietnam vibes after all.
It's funny you think heroin in Vietnam. I'm more on that in that North Pole. It's sleigh bell percussion, but it's kind of loud like the music box and that other beat, but I like it. Yeah, there aren't many quotables. The Dracula bit me, I didn't bleed line is one of them. If you listen close, you hear him go, ow, in the background. We still dragging minks too, driving whips through glass of cathedrals. Great image. Not saying anyone should do it, but, you know. You see, Tear draws off to Luther Vandross, and I wrote the irony. But we love Luther. It's not a problem.
What was the irony?
Luther's gay.
Confirmed?
Yeah. What's her name? Finally just
at this
outed
point,
him.
it has been, yeah.
Who outed him?
Was it Patti LaBelle or...
did she?
Let me see. I think it was Patti LaBelle, Luther Vandross. Yeah, it was Patti.
Was it on Drink Champs? No, she was like she was literally on Drink Champs. I could see her getting like drunk and like saying
that nigga was gay. Okay, I know. I seen him. He had the dick all in his mouth. So boy,
I didn't. It didn't have to go that far. But she was on Drink Champs, so I was expecting, shit gets out of hand on there.
Okay, no, this was back in 2017. I think that she did this, but
yeah.
Then Roc does that's out now, right? Because I saw that she was on it.
Yeah, but I guess she spilled some.
I don't watch that program.
She said something about Aretha Franklin on there. I guess I'll watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
what you got against Drink Champs?
Loud ass, stupid shit.
It's entertaining. It's something interesting and entertaining.
No, I understand why people find it entertaining.
You can't call them loud ass stupid shit and be one half of loud ass stupid shit the podcast.
No, we don't get loud, really. No, we're stupid, sure, but loud, no. They're yelling and drunk all the time. I'm more so concerned for Nori and his. All that drinking can't be good. Okay.
He's in better shape than he was in the 90s when he was actually popular. Like,
oh man,
I think he stopped smoking cigarettes.
He did.
Well, that's good. No, I mean, look, I've seen the program a couple of times. Not for me. Okay, not for me. But I don't want to start no podcast beef. All right.
No, we already have an impending beef with Quelle Chris that needs to be handled first.
Yeah. Yeah, Roc does an interpolation of the Never Too Much melody at the end, which makes sense. I'm
the
sure I'm
Luther
correct
reference,
about that.
right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's all I got.
My notes say Zig Zag Zig is at 5% talk. This is just a side thought I had. Why did Papoose and alphabetical slaughter with Zig Zag Z? And then I said, I like the drums. And then I had 2 pieces of archival. Mel, did you see the TikTok?
Papoose is a better rapper than most of the rappers we've been bringing up tonight. Boldy James.
I won't go that far.
Quelle Chris.
No.
And Papoose is not as good of a rapper as Quelle Chris, Jesse.
No, Quelle Chris ain't got no coolest rapper of all time. Does that make me a coat? He ain't got none of that. He ain't never said nothing like that.
Papoose better than all of Griselda. Confirmed.
Probably. Conway is decent.
I've hit my beef quota tonight.
Conway is decent. Benny is whatever. He's an idiot. I'll give Papoose the edge over Benny. Conway is decent. Anyway, I had
decent
2 pieces.
Only good in what's it called? What they say? What's the old saying about decent? You know what they say.
About decent?
Yeah, it's only good in something in horseshoes or something like that.
Yeah, I think I vaguely recall something like that. Jesse, you got audio?
2 pieces of archival. Mel, did you see that recent the TikTok, the What Are Those, where he was singing Luther Vandross?
No, I try to stay off that app.
Oh, you should play this one. This is pretty good. This is a good What Are Those, talking about somebody's shoes. Play the drop that says TikTok.
All right. Find us on TikTok, by the way, at Moulz Mel, MoulzAndMel.
Hold on, my man got on them. I can't feel myself. I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, 'cause I'm always thinking of you. What the fuck are those?
He's got a decent voice. Give him that.
That was that. And did you ever hear that? Well, I'm sure you didn't, Mel. Moulz, you know about that Tragedy Gaddafi True Confessions?
I know Tragedy Gaddafi. I don't know the record.
Okay, this is a New York 10. Play it should say True Confessions, number 5.
This world is foul and we get high. That's why we're steady drinking. Locked in the beast, I'm in a cell and it just got me thinking. Who needs to go to work? I'd rather hustle for my dollar. Niggas are starving in these streets and I just wanna holler. I'm a thug. And I just don't want
is a Queen's 10.
I just don't. So the message ain't a 10, but that's a 10.
It's a Queen's 10. I said.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty big New York song, but not a message ain't no 10.
Papoose is better.
Then Tragedy Gaddafi?
Tragedy Gaddafi?
What's that? You saying, do I think Papoose is better than Tragedy Gaddafi? Absolutely.
Yeah. No, Tragedy Gaddafi is a New York legend.
All right. If you say so, man, I ain't gonna comment on no.
He's from the Juice Crew, Mel. Like Marley Marl and all them, huh?
Congratulations to him, but all juice ain't equal. Okay.
He's
right. Is the juice really worth the squeeze? Is the question of the day right now?
He's more important to hip hop than Papoose.
No way. No one's more important to hip hop than Papoose.
Except
for Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Clip that, Jesse. No one's more important to hip hop than Papoose. Okay. Tragedy Gaddafi. What a name.
He's legit, Mel. He's legit. Jesse's not making up people. He's
a New York legend.
He looks like Aries Spears and Jaheim.
We're not talking about his looks. He's a hip hop legend.
He doesn't have as many good songs as Papoose.
All right. Well, I ain't got nothing else. Y'all want to move on?
Like Nas would tell you, he was amazing.
Yeah, Nas loved Tragedy. He always shouts him out. But guess what? Papoose is better than Nas.
Okay. All right. That's Moulz, y'all. It's not Jesse. It's not Mel. That's Moulz.
This is the new.
Papoose is putting out better music right now than Nas. That's confirmed.
Yeah, this is the new Three Boroughs narrative.
We're not getting on that again. Grind date review out now, but you want to move on?
Yes.
Track 12, Stigmata, 7-.
7+.
Flat 7.
Wow, today's mathematics.
Yeah. Just want to say, decent movie. They would show it on TV all the time. I'm trying to remember the channel. I think it was like Comedy Central. They'd show this.
Really?
No
yeah,
way.
they'd show Stigmata like all the time.
No way.
On Comedy Central?
It's not a comedy movie. It's a horror movie.
It's supposed to end horror.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm thinking of Dogma.
Oh my
Stigmata.
God.
I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry. Dogma, not... Well, no, there was Stigmata in Dogma. That's why I'm thinking that.
Okay, there you go.
Right. There we go. Okay. It wasn't just a stupid Mel, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But
right.
I think they came out the same year, did they not?
They did, 99.
Yeah.
Dogma
okay,
and
so
Stigmata. So
there was something going on with Stigmata at that time. And here we are.
Oh, you know what it
these
was?
Years later. What was it?
There was end times. I think it was almost 2000, so people were just, that Y2K shit.
Yeah. When did End of Days come out with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
End of Days. Arnold Schwarzenegger. 1999.
1999. End of Days,
Yeah.
When did The Ninth Gate come out with Johnny Depp?
The Ninth Gate. 99. Good year. I must say.
Eyes Wide Shut come out? Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
1999.
Fuck. When did The Matrix come out, though?
1999.
Fuck.
Ironically, though, Armageddon was 98. So.
Yes. And so was Deep Impact.
Yeah, they were too early.
When was Dante's Peak? Was that 96?
Dante's Peak. 97.
97. Okay.
Speaking of Hamilton. Shout out to her. Go ahead.
Now, speaking of Dogma, I got Daddy Kev over Kevin Smith on Kevin ranking.
All right, now we're going a little far. All right. I think
we're just all between my Papoose is better than Nas take, which I don't even believe in, and this
Daddy
one from
Kev
Jesse.
is over Kevin Smith.
I think we're trying to top Mel's horrible. Jack Harlow is going to have a better career in Hollywood than Jack Black.
You know what? I'd like to walk that back only because I have insider information about Jack Harlow's acting exploits, and I don't think he's ready yet. Okay,
I'd like
that's all I'm
to
gonna
continue to walk it forward as I've been doing, because I've received insider information. That movie might be on the chopping block because it's a Max original.
Now that White Man Can't Jump remake.
Yep, I guess White Man also can't film.
Yeah,
I don't think that's coming out.
I don't think so
Yeah, that's
either.
what Moulz
I think
is
it's on the Warner Discovery chopping block right now. And he was the biggest star in that movie.
I was fucking tripping. All right, I'm allowed to change my mind. All right,
You are. I appreciate you walking it back, and just apologize to Jack Black now.
sorry, Jack Black. You're still fucking, aight, but you're 7. You're more than aight, but the way they talk about you, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's fine. That's fine. But you walked it back. You just got to apologize for saying that Jack Harlow had more upside in Hollywood.
I'm sorry.
Like, this man isn't Kung Fu Panda.
It's all right. Movie's all right. I need you to apologize for fronting on Nacho Libre, okay?
No, I refuse to apologize for it. Jack, hit my line. I got plenty of your movies in the collection, okay? But that's not one of them.
All right. Anyway. Yeah.
It
Stigmata.
was actually one of them briefly. I bought it on Blu-ray at Dollar Tree for like $2, which, riddle me this, how is it $2 at Dollar Tree? But that's a story for another day.
Don't get me
I
started,
rewatched
man.
it. This was before our whole thing about that movie. And I'm like,
Okay.
no. Because when I watched it originally, I was lapsed. So I'm like, maybe that I'm like watching wrestling pretty regularly now. Again, I'll appreciate the movie. So I watched it a few years back. I don't like it. It's not funny. That's the problem with it.
I've
It's a
only seen
comedy.
it once.
That's not that funny.
It could be unfunny. It's been a minute. I only saw it once, so maybe I was fucking tripping about Nacho Libre. But yeah, the Stigmata, not Dogma.
This
not
is
much-
Stigmata.
This is Stigmata. Another soothing loop. Been inspiring these donkeys for a motherfucking decade straight. I like that. No man can check me. I'm like Durant. All right, listen, Kevin Durant he's a unicorn. He's a one of one, but he be getting checked. All right, he got locked the fuck up in the playoffs. You sweet. You should be on a cookie sheet. I'm not an easy book to read. Mel pop
I like
for
that.
that.
I'm not an easy book to read.
Yeah. You was just shooting the breeze, going through the routine like two teams playing Call of Duty, but all these is real toolies. I pop for that.
Highlight. Yeah, that's a quotable for sure.
Might leave you with your zucchini baked. Front page of the news reads Houdini escape. I pop for that. That also sounds like an MF Doom bar to me. But yeah, that's all I got. 7-.
He said I got tramps like I ran the Bunny Ranch. Jesse, you ever see that Bunny Ranch show? Was it on HBO? The real HBO? Not the Jack Harlow HBO?
I don't know if I've seen it, but I know about that ranch. I wanted to go when I was a kid.
The Hammer Rusty, Polish Power Ivan Putski. Jesse knows about that. That's that old wrestler.
Ivan Putski?
Yep.
Vaguely familiar.
Polish Power, Ivan Putski. When he says, when you have true inner beauty, no man can remove your jewelry. That was hard. My dookie don't even stink. It's funny. It's almost like you put the last 2 songs in the blender. Like, it has the subdued delivery from Rock, but the beat is much more in the lane of like a JJ Flash. This time, though, with the subdued delivery, he actually gets mad quotables off as we just went through, as opposed to the last record where I was saying it's a little light on quotables for such a subdued vocal delivery. But this one checks out. 7+ for me.
All right. Jesse?
Note say I popped for nice to meet you. The pleasure is all yours. Then I said sounding good on Alchemist Beast doesn't mean you're going that crazy. But I did pop for I got tramps like I ran the Bunny Ranch. You know about that Bunny Ranch, Mel?
The Playboy Bunny Ranch, right?
No, these are like sex workers.
In Nevada, for years prostitution was legal there, so
Still
they could
is.
set up shop.
That sounds great.
have people come through to the ranch.
But these are people with like
these
money.
escorts, basically. Yeah, this is like rich people shit. Like this is
like $3,000, $4,000 a night kind of shit.
Oh, so this ain't for Mel, is what you're saying? Okay.
I don't know.
But they did a reality show about it, I think, on HBO. And they show kind of the inner workings of it. They actually show you in the rooms, like with the clients. It's crazy.
It was ran by like a couple, I think. It was like a man and a woman.
Couple. The guy's a character. I think he might have gotten into some shit. Like they tried to, get this guy out of here. I don't know. He might be on some shit. We got to do our research and see where he's at now. But it was an interesting documentary series when it was around.
Yeah, I think he was on Howard Stern a lot. His name was Dennis.
Somebody needs to open that shit back up so I can get some of that.
Wet and gushy.
All right.
It's not affordable.
I think it's back, I think it's back.
It's back? Is
check?
it cheaper?
No, I don't think it's cheaper. Inflatio.
Oh,
Dennis Hoff. Right. Oh, he passed 2018.
Oh, he passed. That's what happened. Okay. R.I.P.
Moonlight Bunny Ranch. Legal.
Is he the guy behind Hoff's Hut? I've never been. You ever been to that Hoff's Hut?
Hoff's Hut?
It's a restaurant. HOF apostrophe S Hut. He died in his sleep, 72nd birthday.
Fuck, man. On his birthday?
Yeah, you know what he was doing. Oh, brother. He was on that Kevo Samuels, taking them dick pills and energy drinks. That's how Kevin Samuels passed.
Don't remind Mel that that's how Kevin Samuels passed.
He can't stop me, nigga.
One, because Mel was a great admirer of that man, and two, because
wasn't. Stop it.
The energy drink thing, obviously.
Combined with a sex pill. So as long as you don't do them sex pills, you'll be all right.
Quick note, I'm on this Bunny Ranch Wikipedia. Jesse Ventura, former professional wrestler and governor of Minnesota, wrote in his 1999 autobiography, I Ain't Got Time to Bleed, that he visited the Bunny Ranch in the 70s, had sex there, and received $10 in return for a belt he had made of empty rifle shell casings. There's your fun fact of the night.
Dennis Hoff Wikipedia. He was having the time of his life that night, one of his friends said when he died. Yeah, he was fucking around with them energy drinks and them pills.
Not the worst way to go. But
having the time of your life?
Yeah.
Just like the other guy that died at 38.
All right.
I forgot his name already.
The life director.
Yeah. Ted Demme.
Are we done here?
Ted Demme was at the Bunny Ranch.
Okay.
That's how he had a heart
died
attack.
in Santa Monica, unless he... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the Bunny Ranch girls was with him.
Well, they say the Bunny Ranch girls sued the governor of Nevada in 2020, asking that the brothel be reopened or that remote work be allowed.
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe they were doing remote work back in the day for the guy in Santa Monica, and that's how he died. I don't know.
That's a kind of a lit way to die at 72.
A little bit,
38 is too young.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. We moving on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Track 13, Zip Guns, featuring Knowledge the Pirate. R 6+.
Flat 7.
Flat 7 as well.
Moulz and Jesse connect. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely reminiscent of Alchemist production from around 2011 to 2015. Wouldn't have sounded out of place on Reloaded. Albert Einstein with Prodigy. The Damogenesis mixtape we just did on Patreon. Boldy James and Alchemist first album together, etc. That's the best way I could describe the beat. It's a good beat, clean programming, but this and Trillion Cut feel like the most expected beats on this project. Like, they're not jumping out to me as Alchemist trying anything new. Rock and Knowledge have a good track record together. A lot of their previous collaborations from like Rosebud's Revenge onward have been highlights of those albums for me. This, not so much, but it's good. I like when Rock says, pistol whip you for shits and giggles, knock the jib loose, leave you without a tooth to nibble, no food, only soup on the menu, my dude on the roof, he ain't bring a fiddle, the feds might have bugged the rental, we speak in riddles. That was a good sequence, plus a little bit after it. Knowledge comes in off the back of Rock, doing the same flow that Rock's doing, but it's less dynamic. It's not outstanding, decent verse, and that's it.
The top of the loop, like every 4-8 bars, whatever, sounds like when Wayne Brady would get gangsta in Chappelle's show. This is the noise.
We're gonna wait right here for this bitch.
That's what they would play when he like, yeah, you know, like, we gonna wait right here for these bitch ass niggas. I don't care if it take all night. I said, Moulz to Mel and Jesse outside the Dissect podcast office. Blow a kiss at your miss at the vigil. That was hard. But unfortunately, I like the beat. I like Rock, but this pirate guy ain't talking nothing. Nothing I want to hear, at least. So, he drug it down. And that's not main event, Mel. I like all sorts of non-main eventers. But this guy, he wasn't saying nothing.
I don't disagree. But main event, Mel.
Here you go. No. Come on. All right. That's all I got. Jesse?
Well, let me ask, why do, I guess you guys are the host of the show, but why do Moulz and Mel get to take shots at other people, but then it'll be like, oh, censor that? If Jesse said something about that dissect, you'd be like, oh, censor it.
Jesse.
No, if I said something about that dissect.
Here's the thing. We have mutual ops, all three of us, but you diss people who we ain't got no beef with.
I said, if I said something about that dissect, you'd be like, I wasn't dissing that person, but whatever. If I said something about that dissect, you'd be like, oh, no, censor that. Anyway,
are you or are you not the line stepper?
Not proudly, but yes.
All right,
I don't take pride in it.
So, all right.
Speaking of my only notes, I'm not gonna do line stepping style.
We're not taking shots at people. We're it's entertainment style.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything that would have to be censored, any voices or anything. So you can leave this. My notes just say. This is going to become not a meme, but maybe a Jesse staple on the show. My notes just say, you're not a star, your knowledge a pirate.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not going to add anything else to it.
They got good records together, man. Like, say what you want about Knowledge the Pirate, but they got good chemistry, him and Rock.
Just pick a K. You know, are you Knowledge or are you a pirate? You know?
Where's the K in pirate?
Yeah, but not literally pick a K. You know, the reference, Nicki Minaj. Pick a K. You know, we already got a Knowledge in hip hop. We got a pirate too, Slick Rick. So, like, what is this Knowledge of the pirate? I don't.
I can pick a K. Kira Noir.
That's a good K. That's a damn good K. Smart rankings coming soon. Thanksgiving, actually, but yeah. Anything else from anyone?
That was it.
All right. Well, final track, because we're not doing the Pimpire edition, right?
No, we're doing the most widely available, the version that's on streaming right now.
Yes. Think Big. Flat 6.
Wow. 7+.
Flat 7.
Thought this was a good outro. To this day, I haven't listened to the bonus track, so I don't know.
They were both 7s to me.
Oh no, I listened to them. I think when the pre-release version came out, I listened to them, but I don't remember them. 7+ for me on this. There's like the sound of seagulls by the sea that opens up this track. I think it's a good outro beat for taking this as the outro here. He says, this is another motherfucking day at the office for me. Greatness is always the motherfucking bar. Never go below it. It's a drumless beat, but the emotion and the music carries it for me. Great final bars from Roc, and the beat definitely suits the end of the album, as I said. Kind of feels like the end credits are rolling on this thing. Roc is not letting up, though. He ends the album strong. Some bars that stood out to me. Took my destiny in my own hands. I never waited for no man to sell me no fantasies with fairy dust. Family don't make us, blood don't make us family, but they ain't make a paintbrush that can change my character. He said the game ain't no dame to be marrying. Crazy old lady, scandalous. Late on the train, rambling, always saying some randomness. That was crazy. I'm definitely in my bag, but this ain't no potato sack race. Was one of the more low-hanging fruit type bars that I popped for on the album. He said, I'm still dominating the game after 10 seasons. You know, this album for the two of them, coming off of all the music they've been making over the past decade, you know, they make it clear that this is, you know, this is just a day at the office. This is another classic, dominating the game, 10 seasons. Well, just shy of a classic for me. We'll talk about it when we rate it. But yeah, that's it. Strong outro here. Good way to cap off the album. Good album.
Sounds like rap still dominating the game after 10 seasons.
Look at that.
Yeah, look, Flat Six, I said, get them fucking seagulls out of here. Said, oh no, he did the mortal man thing. He started talking to like the big soundbite. And I prefer Think Big by Doug Funny. It's a better record than this. That's all I got. Jesse?
Nickelodeon Mel in the building.
You fucking know it.
I gave it a 7. I said, this sounds like an outro. This is running on empty at this point. This ain't no album of the year.
All right. Well, y'all want to rate this thing? Because we're not ranking it because it ain't going on the board.
Yeah, I'll rate it. I gave it an 11 out of 14. I had 3 skips. It's a 78% takeaway. 100 out of an available 140 points for a 71% average rating, giving me a weighted rating of 74.5%. It is literally 0.5% away from my personal record club. Not a classic, but another really good album from Roc Marciano. As I told Mel in the chat, I'm running out of nice things to say about the guy.
I like 10 out of 14, 71% takeaway, 95 out of 140 possible points, 67% average, giving me a weighted rating of 69%, obligatory, nice. In my personal rankings of albums this year, I guess that would make it number 4. So
it's my highest rated album of the year, but it shares a rating with Is This For Real by Koreatown Oddity. They're both pretty much tied for number 1 right now.
Okay.
That said, I have 0 record club albums this year so far.
I got 2. Still my number 1, Conway the Machine, God Don't Make Mistakes, which surprised even me as someone who hadn't been that high on Griselda. But hey, give credit when it's due. Jesse, you're...
I am 12 out of 14. Weighted average 78%.
So for you, it is record club worthy.
I don't want to go into a rabbit hole right now.
What do you mean?
First listen, Jesse. There it is.
It is a record club for you. It's in your personal silver record club. That's what that means.
I guess I don't exactly subscribe to that. Is all I'm saying.
Well, we do, because this is a rap rankings.
Right,
like we listen to, rate, rank, and discuss.
75% don't mean record club for me. That just means like I like it.
Well, hey, that's Jesse rankings.
Right.
Potentially coming to the Rap Rankings podcast now.
Never.
I don't know.
I don't need any more spinoffs. We got the spinoff of all spinoffs coming.
All right. Well,
all right. Well, check out the actual show if this is your first time listening.
All right. And if you want to hear a man who's engaged that could like easily have that broken off, listen to the Hotline King Volume 1.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
All right. Good night, everyone.